Hey guys, you see me? If you can see me, give me a give me a trying to figure out where my latency is pretty bad on this. Anyways, I'm trying to test out audio quality stuff, so I'm going to do a few test streams over the next day or whatever until I get this right. I'm trying to use the YouTube. They have a dual streaming one where it supposedly goes to vertical and horizontal. But I wasn't able to tap into that last night. I wasn't able to figure that out. So I want to, yeah, figure out how to do that. Um, because if I can, that I don't know why. There's no vertical option for. Let me see. Actually, I'm going to answer this question right now. Um, you know, I'm gonna do this is gonna be like live problem solving, which is probably not fun to watch, but I, for the life of me, have a hard time with all the like all the software and all of the like. It's like then you plug in, and it's just like, you know, it's one of those things where it makes you feel like we've been doing this for how long, and we're still here. We're still here. We're still in the we're still in the infancy of being able to turn a camera on, plug in an audio device, and talk to people. You have to have like all this convoluted crap, and I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Um, but because yeah. So when I go live on my phone, I almost immediately get viewers. Um, just the way it pushes it and everything. But yeah, but this way it's not. But the thing is I can get better audio quality this way because like I'm sitting here for like hours. You know, if I stream 4 times a week, um, if I stream 4 times a week, hour a piece, that's 4 hours. And if the audio quality is terrible and I'm sitting here playing music and stuff, what's the point? So I'm trying to increase that, but I also need to make sure that it's discoverable. So like the thing about streaming from a mobile device is that it's very discoverable. Like the way it's pushed in the I don't know, shorts feed. So I want to make sure that's happening. Um, so because if it's not, then I'm just going to keep doing it from my phone because the proportion of like viewers you gain and subscribers you gain from doing the vertical lives is it's pretty ridiculous. Um, I'm not gonna. I can't sometimes. Sometimes yeah, I don't want to. I just want to see. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's odd, but we'll see if we can get this going. I just want to do a couple of tests, especially on the audio quality, because that's the big thing for me. Yeah, audio quality. I want to make sure that it's, and I want to make sure that it's the vertical feed is like out there, you know. Oh, hey man, what's going on? Someone's here. I'm trying to. Okay, so I'm doing a test. So if you're here, did you find me on the vertical way or the horizontal way? Because like I I'm. Oh shoot! Sorry. I have to have a microphone for this. Sorry, you probably can't hear me. I'm sitting here rambling at my camera like it's 1999. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Yeah. So this is going to be a little different setup today. I'm trying to experiment. So I'm also going to try and not blow any. I should be getting audio from that. Let me see. We're gonna see audio there. Yeah, I'm just experimenting today. Yep, I'm seeing that. Yep, I'm hearing that. Okay. So I'm getting audio from there. Yeah, because I figured, why am I putting all this work into doing music stuff if it's total garbage audio, especially for you guys out there chilling. Like, if you want to listen to it like at a normal level rate, whatever, like through speakers or anything, then yeah. But I'm also trying to figure out, because it's going live this way is different than going live on just on YouTube, because this is the back end on YouTube. It should be splitting the signal on doing the vertical and horizontal live streams, but you still have to use like OBS or Streamlabs or whatever. So OBS I got working finally, and yeah, I don't know. There's the videos out there like look like videos of people that have never done this. That's sort of my problem, is like when I watch the video, I'm just like, you're doing an intro of how to do this, but like you're not being helpful in that, like it doesn't look like you've done it or doing it. Like there's not an experience, like I don't know. It doesn't look like there's experience behind what you're saying. Is that? So we're gonna I'm running a test. We're going if I click, I'm gonna watch my. Oh, there I am. Okay, it's not. It doesn't like that. See, that's the thing. I can't. So like, if you now they're using multiple scheduled streams. So like I follow Ricky Berwick. He's a Canadian comedian that does live streams, and he does he does like gaming streams and whatever, but he does dual streams, but I think he's doing two separate streams through like OBS or something. Golly, bro. So I think he has two different camera setups, two different simultaneous streams that allow him to do like, whereas I haven't quite figured out how to do this with whatever, with the way the YouTube has it going on, but I want to figure it out. So, looks like there's some guys in here. So if it's, can you hear me? Does my Does my mic setup and everything sound like better than going through the phone? I mean, sure, I'm sure it does. So I don't even know if that's a question I should be asking. So I do have to monitor my audio levels because some of the stuff was getting out of control the other night. Oh, God. I'm up there with it's like, how far are we along in all this? And okay, let me take that off. I don't know. Is that coming through? Awesome. Yeah, if you see any problems or the audio sounds weird or something, just let me know in the chat, because I just I spent a lot of time last night trying to get this right, and it didn't materialize. But I think I finally dialed it in. So, but yeah, y'all are. I do got to figure out how to, like, I don't know. I may log out. Okay. I may log out on my phone and see if I can go about finding the vertical that way. Just cause I don't know. I don't want to put in a bunch of time and effort for something that's not going to pay off. So it might be one of those things where I need to like go live from my phone into YouTube somehow, and then I got to pick the audio up somewhere, because like, so if you I'm a little frustrated with my my phone, because what I used to be able to do when I recorded videos on my phone is could plug in, like when it had a physical audio port and a Thunderbolt port, you used to be able to plug the Thunderbolt port and used to plug the Thunderbolt port into a audio device. So I have a Zoom H6, which is just a little audio interface / recorder, or mobile recorder that has like microphone attachments. It's awesome. But I could plug that. I could plug my synth into that. I could plug my so that's my audio interface. I could plug it into my phone, and then I could route audio into a video on my phone, and I could shoot like a video with high quality audio just off my freaking phone. And so, like, I don't know. I just feel like now you have to use like a third party app. So like I think you can use Blackmagic, stuff like that. It's just, I just, to me, like, things need to get more consolidated and more tight. Whereas I feel like everything is just exponentially getting more complicated, and it's like no one company or anything is getting like tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Like why can't the generation of the iPhone 17, why can't I easily use this universal port to integrate audio into the stuff that comes with the phone? I mean, you're paying like, $1,000 for a phone now. So like, it is a high tech miniature computer for which I feel like we shouldn't be ditching. We should ditch other features that nobody uses, and then put features in that people actually will use. So, anyways, that's I get frustrated with technology. So for instance, I'll rant about technology. So if I'm sitting here on my computer and I pull up a Finder window, this thing is still not on me, but I'm gonna get it on me. So if you pull up a new Finder window, okay. So I have folders. So if I click search, and I have a folder right here listed alarm clock. Okay, I type in alarm. Clock. On my Finder window, nothing comes up. It says search this Mac, nothing comes. It does not search for the files on my desktop for some reason. So, which is insane. But okay, but if you go to if you hit Command Space Bar, it pulls up another search type bar called Spotlight Search. I don't know why they're different. I don't know. I don't know why in my Finder, I can't. So one's searching like globally, like it also incorporates stuff online. Alarm clock. Okay. Then I got to scroll way down here, and nothing. I have a file sitting right here on my desktop titled alarm clock. Doesn't come up in the spotlight search. What's going on? Like, what's going on? Am I crazy, or the people that make all this stuff not making it for people? Like, who are they making this crap for? Like, these are like that. To me, this is like the most bare bones basic functionality that something should have. I can't understand why a feature like that isn't. I don't know. So, I may do some music stuff right quick. Record some, so I can get some idea of what the audio sounds like. So when I go back, it'll. Yeah, I don't know. No. But anyways, yeah, I'm not getting, so it's not doing the same in terms of like the way it pushes it out. The way it pushes, YouTube pushes it out on when I go from my mobile device. So I don't know if that's a feature or a bug or a yeah. Channel lives. See, that's the thing. That's the thing I do find to be odd is that when you go to lives, let me see. Add to queue. Watch later. Can I watch myself live? Yeah, I can. I can. Yeah. Okay, I can watch myself live. Okay, but I want to figure out how to find. Is anyone in here, or am I? It's just me. But if you are in here, type. Can I chat with myself? Vertical live streams. Let me see if I can send a message. Yeah, I can send a message. That's cool. I guess. Can I do it from here? Oh, I can chat here. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. That's the thing. I've done all this from my phone. So, yeah, I'm going to do some music stuff maybe. And we may, gosh. Okay, there we go. this up out of the way. You can still hear me talk though, right? I don't know. The all the it's funny like all. Oh my. Oh, I have it going on in the background over here. I doing all the like tech. So if you're creative at all, you probably. I don't mean creative. I don't mean creative like creatives as in. Well, yeah, I don't. I hate kind of don't like that term. But if you creative, like creative, you have like inspiration, you put pen to paper, whatever you do, and you like make something, whether it's music or artifacts or whatever. Like doing paperwork, to me, this is like doing paperwork, like figuring out the technology of it. So like that's why you only see like the people you see thriving are people that are like not just unique, but people that are like really unique because they can do the like strategizing, socializing, technical, and they can do the creative aspects. So like it's just that's kind of a rare thing in my opinion. So what may end up happening, actually, I think I probably solved this. Is I may have to. There's a way I can do it. So I think I'll have to go. To get the. I want to capture the audio. That's the thing. I want to capture like high quality audio. Is my goal with all this. That's my lamp. You can see it. So I may have to dual stream from two different things. Because the thing is I bring in more people when I do verticals. And then like just substantially more people. Like there's no reason why an account my size should be able to live stream for a few hours and have like 3,000 people just like you. That means YouTube's just constantly pushing out whatever I got going on here. So, but yeah. So if you refresh the live page, does it these are questions that I have. Questions. If you refresh live stream page, YouTube, does it crash? Refreshing YouTube live stream page generally does not crash a stream for the viewer. It simply reloads the player to catch up with the current live moment, often fixing buffering and freezing issues. It is a standard troubleshooting step to resolve. This is the AI overview from Google. So we're gonna test it out, boys. Who's in here? let me know if you're in here and the audio sounds better than if you've been here before. Let me know if the audio sounds better than off my phone, because that's what I'm trying to be better. Hey Stevie, what's up? Yeah, I'm trying it so it's it yeah, I'm trying to make the audio quality better, video quality a little better. I have all the stuff to do it. It's not like I don't have the equipment. It's just the matter of coordinating, setting it all up, blah, 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 all that stuff. So like, yeah, this is a good microphone. I'm gonna have to use, if I doing this way, I'm gonna have to use a microphone. So, but I have it set up now, so you should be able to hear. I don't know. That should sound a lot better. Because it should. Who has like freaking thousands of dollars worth of equipment and it's like, oh, I'm gonna stream into the speaker on my, or the microphone on my phone, which plenty of people do. It's fine. But I'm like, I want to capture better audio for the people watching, for myself, so that I can go back and like be like, because there've been a handful of times when I've been sitting in here and I've done something and I've been like, man, that sounds really good. You pull it back up on your phone, or on, you pull it back up on the replay or whatever, and it sounds terrible because it's coming through speakers on my desktop speakers into my phone microphone. So it's like, okay, we can remedy to this without I don't have to buy anything. I have everything sitting here. I have a audio interface. I have, and I can stumble my way through like OBS. But the thing is it's not the way YouTube is doing this. It's not pushing out the so it shows me I have a vertical live stream going, but I can't find that. And so it's not pushing it out. It's only the people that have come in, I think, are people that subscribe. And so like part of the point of all this is to gain, people, for it to push it to new people. And it does that. It does that very well. When you stream, you can see the metrics. It pushes it like crazy sometimes. Like there's no reason I should have like 300 people that, they're just flipping through their live things. And it's also Friday morning, so I'm not gonna it's like, it's Friday morning here, and it's never a great time to stream. Thursday nights are good. Friday nights are really good. So I may have to come up with some sort of dual setup for Friday nights. Cause like I streamed that one Friday night, like all night. It was bonkers. Like when I look at the metrics on it, I'm like, I don't know what was going on, but like I have like 200 followers. I gained 64 followers that night. And it's like, what's going on? So I don't know. I'm not going to do too much. I want to do a few things, so I can go back and post and maybe see, I don't know, how things sound. Cause like right now, this is a little, you can get to see me live, problem solve. So this is a little quiet. So I may bump, bump. Oh, that's clipping. We don't want to clip. All right. That's a good range right there. So something. But we hanging out. You know, my second most popular place to stream in, besides the United States, is the UK. That's all thanks to you, Stevie. It's because you can look. I can pull up all the metrics and it shows you where people, how many. Actually shows you how many views from different places. There he is. I don't know. That's a moth. I don't know if I want moths here. I found this. You have this stink bugs, where you're at. So we have these little they're little Asiatic stink bugs. They're new. They're not. They're like, and we have. Well, I'll go through all the insects that we have that are been brought from places abroad. So we have these little stink bugs. They're not the stink bugs we normally have. Usually the ones we have like growing up, like bright green, kind of solid. These are like brownish with like almost, it looks like they have an etching on their back, like a little bit of a yeah, they're stinkers. But they don't do anything. Like they just crawl around. So like there was, I don't know, I think I was kind of depressed. I don't know. I feel like I was laying on the couch a lot at this time, a certain time in my life. And I would just like lay there awake, like on the weekends. And, there was I only ever see one at a time in one room. So maybe they're like territorial. I never see like a cluster of them unless it's like underneath like something like a wood or something out in the, out the shed. And they'll be maybe clustered together or whatnot. But in the house, I only ever see one at a time. They don't fly, I don't think. And I would just like lay there and I literally would just watch it crawl around the crown molding in the living room. And so like it would lap around the crown molding for hours. Like I was sitting there, I'd play video games or something for a couple hours. I literally like every, I don't know, 15 minutes I'd look up and it's making another round. It's just walking around in circles. Like they're the strangest things. But the only times they ever stink is whenever like you like threaten them or whatever. They don't harm anything. They don't eat anything. They don't eat furniture or textiles or, clothes or anything like that. And, but they're everywhere now, which I don't know. I'm thinking last 6 or 7 years, they've. What am I doing? We got some stuff coming through. And but then so I don't know where they came from specifically, but we have these spiders. They're called Juro spiders. They like it was 2, 3, 4 years, maybe 5 years ago. No. Ooh, buddy, it was probably 6 or 7 years ago. The first time I ever saw one. They first discovered them in the town. Like I drove by the town like yesterday. Called Colbert, Georgia. It's just a little podunk town, but they have some shipping facilities there. So like big trucks will come in and bring sea containers and whatnot, and they have big warehousing and distribution out of there because it's just flat and rural. Like you'd be driving in the middle of nowhere and you'll come on these huge warehouse with sea containers and junk outside. So that was the first place they were ever discovered, and it was because they were like in some thing. Now they're absolutely everywhere. Like they are and they're like harming the native like spider population or whatever because they are just. I mean they're invasive, right? They're a orb weaver, which I mean they're not cool. They're not dangerous. They're not. Nothing's wrong with them, but they're called orb weavers. Is that what they're called? And they have like the silk that they use on the main part of the web. It's yellow, and it's like I looked it up. It's one of the strongest like things on the planet. It's like stronger than steel, or like people. It's stronger than like carbon fiber, I think. Let me see. Duro spider silk is exceptionally strong and elastic with webs capable of supporting weights of up to 2.4 ounces. Strong enough to snag and hold small birds. Wow. By weight, their silk is 5 times stronger than steel, making it one of the toughest, most elastic natural materials, often compared to Kevlar. Pretty cool, but it's everywhere. And that's one of those things, since it's as strong as like Kevlar, whatever. No, like it gets on your broom, gets on anything and everything, and just, whatever. All right, I'm going to try and refresh this page, see where we're at, because I'm testing stuff, so I want to know what I can and can't do. Yeah. Okay. Am I still here? I typed a message in here earlier and it's not here. I also, I'm sure they bite, but I don't know of anyone who's ever been bit by one. I'm sure they're poisonous, because they're killing insects all day. But Duro spider bites. I was trying to think. I've been bit. Duro spider bites are extremely rare, non-lethal, and generally harmless to humans and pets, causing only mild, short-lived pain or itching, similar to a bee sting or mosquito bite. These large, shy orb weavers prefer to flee rather than bite, and small fangs are typically unable to penetrate human skin. Wow, okay. Which is odd, because they're big. Like when you see them, so like if you're driving on the street, you see all the power lines and stuff. They weave between the power lines. So like in the morning with the dew, you'll see dew like on the spider webs, and you won't see them during the day. Like you just be driving and be like, if you squinted, you could see them like up on the lines. But in the morning, when there's the dew's covering everything, and you like get the sunlight through them, you'll drive on the road and they'll literally just be hundreds on the power lines. It's quite interesting. But there are other spiders that like we had this little spider. It's like this big. It's tiny little guy. It's called a Georgia. Is it a Georgia jumping spider? Let me start something up. It's called the Georgia jumping spider. Let me turn this. At least I think that's what it's called. Let me see. I was about to say, I had a friend. He, if you're in the, what's it called? In the UK, a friend of mine had a friend come over, and they were timber framers, and they were doing timber framer things. But the guy from England was like, it was summer, so during the course of them just being out and about and doing stuff, they ran across several snakes, and he said the dude was just like unusually freaked out, because like do y'all have snakes in the UK? Because like we have snakes. I mean, sometimes we have just snakes freaking everywhere. But yeah, Georgia jumping spiders. Blah blah blah. So I got bit by a Georgia jumping spider, and it bit me right here on the vein that crosses where they put, I don't know, they draw blood and all that other stuff. It went down this vein, so my whole arm broke out in a rash. And then it came over here, and I had specks all down this arm and hand, and then on veins throughout my body. I'd have like little tiny little blips of things. Like it just went and got my blood and just caused allergic reaction, I guess, everywhere. It was interesting. Okay, I mean, because we have like bad boys, like freaking. I mean, so like I live near a river. I live near two rivers. If you get on the river in the summertime, you have to watch your step the whole time, because like we have rattlesnakes, which are real bad. We have cotton mouths, which are real bad. They're black. Rattlesnakes at least will let you know they're there. The cottonmouths, you might be in the water, and they may be underwater and bite you. And then we have copperheads, which are pretty bad. But copperheads I don't want to say they're shy, but like you pull up videos of people catching copperheads. And like they'll flee. Rattlesnakes I think are a little more aggressive than cottonmouths are. I think the small ones can be very aggressive. But you can stumble on like a bed of cottonmouths. So have you ever seen that movie? There's a movie called Mud, and the kid, they're in like rural Louisiana. Are they in rural Louisiana or in Mississippi? They're on the Mississippi River, wherever they're at. And it's near I guess it'd have to be Louisiana because they're near the Delta. They're near where the water meets the ocean. The river meets the ocean. And like towards, I don't know about, it's sort of like a peak in the movie. Like there's all this personal drama going on, and then you have like the kid falls into a pit of cottonmouths, and it's like, it's just chilling because like, I mean, there's enough, yeah. And then what's his name? Mud has to I guess it's a cottonmouth. And Mud has to ride him into town to the hospital, but Mud's been like hiding out in the woods because he's like wanted by the mob, he's wanted by the police, he's wanted by the adder. Okay, that's cool. I've seen snake. Let's see. Oh, okay. They look cool. Adder snake. Okay, so it's poisonous, but it's not like incredibly poisonous. Because like here, like you get bit by a rattlesnake and it could kill you. Have you ever watched videos of like snake handlers and stuff? I remember I was taking this religion class in college, and we had to watch this documentary on like this group of snake handlers. And one guy he'd gotten bit by rattlesnakes like 15 times or something, and then the documentary, his arms like all swollen up in a sling, like when he's talking to the interviewer, and so it's pretty funny. But the thing that made the biggest impression on me in that documentary was they played this like acid jazz, like acid rock. I don't know what you would call it. It was the wildest sounding music. And it could just be my memory. It could be like, oh, that's pretty tame now, but it absolutely was just awesome music. And I remember there's a dude with this Telecaster, and he was just rocking out. Yeah. What about those beavers? Did they like? Are they gonna? Are they? Is that? Are they gonna make like dino? Aren't they gonna make like dino beavers that like will dam up part of the river or something, and part of like East London or something? Is that a thing? What are they? Who are the people that lived? Okay, this is total side quest. So, give me a second. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, buddy. I'll find the clip. I'm talking about. No. So what's the name of the company? Okay, I'll pull it up. Gosh. Okay. I want. Okay. Company to bring so, this thing. I don't know. So, okay. Yeah, okay. So the Beaver Trust, in partnership with the Ecological Restoration Fund, is leading efforts to reintroduce and manage beaver populations across Britain. Key organizations involved in bringing back beavers include the Wildlife Trusts, the National Trust, and the Rewilding Britain Charity. But there's like a dinosaur. Dinosaur. I keep saying dinosaur. It's like a clone. It's like a beaver clone. Golly, technology sometimes. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. There's some like labs. It sounds very Cleaver. So there's what's it called? What's the company that's doing okay, they made the direwolf, right? What's the company's name? It's very like Jurassic Park sounding, right? The Return of the Direwolf. Is it Colossal Labs? Yeah. Yeah, Colossal Labs. It sounds like freaking. I mean, it sounds like it comes out of a freaking Michael Crichton, like right. It's totally out of a Michael Crichton movie. Unlike Jurassic Park, Colossal wants to save, not just bring back species. I don't want to say. Yeah. The scientists at Colossal Laboratory Biosciences, the company brought us modern-day direwolves They do not tire of comparisons of the fictional bioengineering firm Jurassic Park used ancient DNA to resurrect dinosaurs, unleashing colossal isn't bringing back dinosaurs. Oh yeah, that's why are you leading with that? Why are you leading with they're not bringing back dinosaurs? Yeah, if they could bring back dinosaurs, they would. That's the thing. They're not bringing back dinosaurs, but if they could, they would. Right? Like 100%, they would bring back dinosaurs. So I need to maybe I do need to just do like go full fucking Asmongold and just see because like I could do this all day. They should do the world a favor. Yeah. Okay. Are you a John Candy fan? The movie Uncle Buck has like this like warm place inside of me that it takes me to, like when I watch it. It's one of those, it's such a good role. when the part where he pulls the hatchet out of the trunk and he's like, you're not a gnat, are you, Buck? He's like, is it what's the line? He's like, I keep this thing so sharp I've been known to circumcise a gnat. You're not a gnat, are you? Or whatever. Bro. Oh, buddy. I don't want to. Can I take slow mode off? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, there's yeah, John Candy, Great Outdoors. The one where he's the Canadian guy, Canadian bacon. Is that? I mean, golly, dude. I don't know. Something about his humor, like just it's like balances slapstick with, man, what's the one? I never made it all the way through, but there's the one where he's like a script writer for a soap opera, and then he goes into the soap opera. Yeah. Delirious. Okay. I started it and it like, I don't know. I feel like it was like late and just got so freaking trippy. Delirious is a crazy romp in a fantasy town created by a lovesick soap opera scriptwriter. In a concussion-induced delirium, Jack Gable, John Candy, thinks he's inside his own soap opera and uses his writing to make himself into a dashing hero. I mean, it's like just reading that. It's such like a 90 like we got some money. We can't do too much on special effects and all that, but we got this great actor. Like, what can we do with these like soap opera sets? You know, like I feel like not like the lowest budget you could imagine, because all the sets are probably already there, right? You just have to like roll up into, you know, whatever studio. Oh, let's go downstairs to this studio and and we'll film there. And like, yeah, John Candy, but R.I.P. I don't know, Uncle Buck's. That's the one I know the most. Probably that in Home Alone. He's not really in Home Alone that much, but what's the lines? Let me see. Yeah. The lines. Yeah, hatchet speech. Okay, here we go. It doesn't give you the intro, but it says, "Fair enough. I like to keep it. You never know when you're gonna need it. A situation may come up, for example. Someone's been drinking and is about to drive a loved one home. That's when I like to know I have it. Not just to maim. Take a little off the shoulder, swish, the elbow slash. Shave a little bit off the kneecap. You know, you got both kneecaps. I like to keep mine razor sharp. Sharp enough you can shave with it. Why, I've been known to circumcise a gnat. You're not a gnat, are you, Bug? Wait a minute, Bug? Gnat? Is there a little similarity? Whoa, I think there is. You understand what I'm talking about? I don't think you do. I'll be right back, bro. It's that, like, I don't know. I love that scene. That is just absolutely, like, diabolical, man. We gotta change this around. It's getting old. Loud that is. Anyways, sorry, I can't on the chat's on planes, trains, automobiles. Yeah, planes, trains, automobiles is what? Oh, Negan. But he has a baseball bat, right? Oh, bro. So I had planes, trains, automobiles is it's good, but it's also like hard. It's not. I want to say it's hard to watch. It makes me it takes comedy to another level where it makes you feel uncomfortable, because like I don't know if I just watch it as Steve Martin, because I'm not careful. I'm like a worrier. I'm a little anxious. I'm kind of in that state too much, and so I don't have the like fun frivolity of John Candy, where he's just a total goofball, doesn't give a flip about anything, and is like chilling, But it parts of it make me really uncomfortable. But I had a guy, one of my good friends I lived with when I lived in I rented a room from him in Charlotte when I lived there. Dude was one of the smartest people I met. He was a professor. He taught at the local college, and he was this like stacked like Italian dude, and he looked exactly like Negan. He's not as tall as Negan, but he was a shorter guy. But I mean, dude was like haircut, and so he started going every once in a while for like Halloween. Started going as Negan because he had a leather jacket. All I had to do was put like a red sash in. Come on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the red scarf. That's it. He looked just like him, because his beard grayed out like that. See, I can put a. Let me see. I can screen share this. I just need to put. I need to make sure I don't have anything. I think I can add. Can you add midstream a source? Let's do video capture device. Let's see if I can add a video capture device. Next time I'm gonna no, that's not gonna work. Cancel. Oh, that's me. Okay, I can delete that one. It's got to be a screen capture device, right? I don't know. This streaming stuff. I haven't streamed in years. I streamed a couple. I used to stream when Baldur's Gate 3 came out. I don't know why. I got in a period where I live streamed playing that. But dude, so like when we were kids, so like we would what was it? We'd make weapons in the woods, you know? And so that's one of the things we did. It was like anything we could find with sticks and like chains and like nails. So we had like sticks with nails coming out of them, and like we made our own nunchucks with chains and nails in the end of like old hickory sticks. Bro, we were. Robo? I don't have. I don't. Is that a new RoboCop? Is it just like? Is it just gore? Because I remember watching. I was watching RoboCop. You know, like sometimes when you're a kid, you watch something, and you're like, I probably shouldn't be watching this, but whatever. I remember like, I don't know, my parents were home or something, and I turned on TV and I was watching RoboCop on like HBO, and there was like, it was just like buckets of blood. I felt like everywhere. He was just like, there was nothing in sight that didn't have a bullet in it. And I'm like, it was like one of the few times that you're like, I don't know, let's say I was 11 or 12. I'm just like, I don't think I should be watching this. Like, I've never seen something so graphic. I may have. Is it new? It may be on. There's on Steam, because like I probably, I'm using a Mac, so I probably can't. It's a lot of games just aren't made for Mac. But I do have a PlayStation. Is it on Mac? Okay, so it is on. Yeah. Okay, so it's not new. I watched some videos of people playing it not long ago. Have you played it, Stevie? Oh, okay, it's old. It may be I may have it on whatever it is you got to buy to play PlayStation games online, PlayStation Plus or whatever it is. I think it may be on there, and and that's the thing. They give you that game catalog or whatever it is, and it's like there's so many games on there. It's just like, I just want. It's like I don't need all these games. I don't have time to play a tenth of them. I just want them to release the final version of Path of Exile. So because like I played. Yeah, I got a PlayStation 5 when they first came out. That was years ago. Because I had a PlayStation 4 and I got it used, and I got it pretty cheap used, and it was the Pro version, and it was good, but it was like real laggy online. And so, and I was playing Destiny all the time and some other online games, and I'm like, okay, I gotta up it. So I just went ahead and sold my PlayStation. I bought a PlayStation 5 on the pre-order. Like, you had to wait, and I was at work, and like it's like they send you a notification. You had to like go in and like check out all at once. So I'm like at work, and I'm like, all right, guys, sorry, I gotta do this. So I like had to like have my screen open on my phone, like while I was doing work, waiting in line, the virtual line, and then bought it that way, and I've enjoyed it. I don't like if you have kids, I would say that there's nothing on there that I'd say that's super kid friendly that I like it's not like the Switch where you have like I mean like I have a Switch too. I have a Switch 1. I don't have a Switch 2. I'm not going that's total bullshit in my opinion by Nintendo. But on Switch like Super Mario Odyssey and Kirby the Forgotten Lands and Sonic All Stars. I mean, golly, those are like the most freaking kid games ever. They're absolutely amazing. And like we sit down and we sat down one day. Like the most fun I've had with my kids. Through all three of us, whatever. We all sat around and we took turns playing Super Mario Odyssey, and then we like dual played because you can play with the hat thing that goes around. And yeah. And it was like seriously the most fun I've had with my kids, just sitting around, chilling, enjoying, joking around, talking about what, like it was just like, it was weird. It was like, wow, this stupid game like brought us together. it was great. And we all, no. Well, but like, so we do on the PlayStation, I will say, so the Astro game that comes with the PlayStation 5 is like really kid friendly. It's a lot of fun. My kids love it. And then the Astrobot, the full game those are really good platformers. Is that what they're called? They're absolutely great. But I mean like they have like some Paw Patrol games. I don't know. I feel like PlayStation is like, it's a very like, it's an adult console. There's no kid thing about it. But Nintendo stuff is like, I mean, like they're, it's like when you get on here and you click made for kids and not made for kids. Like Nintendo is like made for kids, fully intended to be played by, people under the age of like, I don't know, 15. And then like PlayStation, it's like there's a big gap. There's a gap. It's like meant to be played by people over the age of 25. It's some of the games just like, it's like when your brain's fully developed and you can handle the like utter carnage that like some of these games have in them. It's like then you can play it. It should have like a like. All right. Okay. So much. Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting here chilling. Did you get your T800 arm printed? You said you were working on that, Stevie, which sounds cool. So yeah, let me do I think I may have to rejigger this whole setup because I'm sitting here at the computer more. Manhunt, or like, was it like there all those survival horror games that are like really popular, but like they're like the ones like, was it like Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Like, bro. Or there's another one like it's not Left 4 Dead, but there's another survival horror one where you're like, I will say big underrated game that was like fun that is never going to get updated again is the Evil Dead game on PlayStation. Was pretty freaking rad. Oh, you printed it too big. Is it so it's too big for the parts you it's too big for, does it go with the hand that you made? Is that okay, we're going to try and do a screen sharing, but I got to figure out scene text video capture. Okay, Mac OS screen capture. Okay. But we want, oh, buddy. I don't know what that's doing over here. Okay, so we want to capture my monitor, but that is not. That's why these things are. Okay, we don't want to stream. We want to do down, but I want to. Okay. It's gonna like way oversize. Okay. We're gonna have to resize this thing. Can y'all see that? It's kind of hard. I gotta balance out these windows. I only have one monitor. My ultimate goal is to print a life-size Terminator. So, oh gosh, that's cool. Is someone done a file? Like, has someone done like a file for the entire thing, or can you? I'm guessing. I mean, does someone have like a set of files from like SolidWorks or something, and then you just have to go through and there we go. That's getting close. So I need to put some of this on a different screen. Okay. You get to see me live problem solve, but then I also need OBS on I don't know. Oh gosh. All this stuff, all this complicated stuff. I don't even know why I have the vertical thing on. I can exit. You just close the dockable window if you'd like to show it again. Use the docs menu. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so there we go. Now that's appropriate. Now I can't see my full thing. Whatever. It's all good. I'm going to refresh this. This is all new to me, so you just hang with me if you can. All this stuff is just like, it's so much. Now I understand why people have like 3 monitors. This is, ooh, buddy. All right, so what I can do is I can move tab to new window. Then I can go big time over here. I don't want, yeah, I don't want to show, because it'll show my name, which I don't really care, but I don't need personal stuff. Yeah. Oh, shit. That was my fucking email address. Well, do that again. We have to make this private. I'm just kidding. I need a new email address anyway. All right. So, what are we looking up? No plans for Terminator SolidWorks. Let's see. Detailed SolidWorks plans for Terminator, especially the T800 endoskeleton, are available through community-driven platforms like GrabCAD. Okay. What's up? The morning woke up dead. How you doing? We're sitting here talking about Stevie wanting to print a life-sized T800 Terminator, of course, and then bring it to life and send it back in time and kill Hitler and all that stuff. Oh, buddy. Those are man, I gotta get some of this right. That's pretty cool. actually, let me see. I gotta see if I can do this. What I may do is pull up a Safari window so that it doesn't have my personal stuff on it. Okay, I want to log out. Blah, 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 blah. All this dumb stuff. I'm going to sign out. Okay, there we go. So now I can do this down. Close that. Bring this up. I'm signed out. So there I have I can do a full size thing. You like you know what this is from? We talking about, talking about Terminator and blah, blah, and all that stuff. It's like Blade Runner is one of my, I don't know, it's one of my favorite things. Like just as a concept, it's just weird. So this is James Edward Olmos, is that his name? He's one of the detectives in Blade Runner, which is perfect because then he becomes the captain. That's awesome. I have a printer too and should print some panels on my modular. Oh, you have a modular too? Cool. Oh, you got a sequencer, Erica sent sequencer. We're just a little guy, right? Platts. And the mail going home. Slippery? Is it icy? Yeah. So Edward James Olmos is one of the detectives in Blade Runner. Blade Runner. He plays. Yeah, there he is. I'll go full size with this. See, so it's easier to see. Come on. Gosh. Okay. They make this. Technology sucks, bro. Like, I don't know. It's. Okay, that's full size there. You can see that. That's him in Blade Runner over here. But he folds a unicorn. So, what does he say at the end? You'll never live. She'll never live. And it like echoes into the background as he like goes away. Yeah, he folds this unicorn, and then Deckard finds it at the end, and the unicorn is supposed to be her. But I think there's also like when I watched Blade Runner, I never once thought that he was also a replicant. I never. All that to say, with the Terminator, so he ends up becoming Captain Adama in the Battlestar Galactica series, which is fitting crossover between like where like all these kind of sci-fi things combine, replicants, Cylons, Terminators, what does it mean to be human? Your feeling for robot, like all these different kinds of like cool crossover, like ideas. I like. I see ice. Oh, in Finland. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's I'll tell you here. So we've been getting these Arctic blasts. So like, so we got like 2 in a row. Pipes. I mean, we're not set up for sub-zero temperatures here. Like, just not. Like, we high teens, so like, if it's 17, 18, for a night, we can handle it. But these like multiple days in a row of like almost sub-zero temperatures, like totally unprepared for that. And like, yeah, and so we're getting these swings. So like it, oh, you glued gold leaf on them? That's awesome. That's cool. The So we're getting these like swings. So like one morning, go out. I got all my gear on, like long johns, scarf, all that. It's like 30 degrees. It's windy. I got to work outside, whatever. And then we then that afternoon, it's like 71 degrees. So that's it's all Fahrenheit. So I don't know what that'd be in Celsius, but like that's like a 40-degree temperature swing. So like I'm like shedding layers throughout the day, and like it's like it get hotter, and then like today, I don't even know what it is today. It's here, let me see. What's the temperature outside right now? It's gonna be like 80 degrees. Yeah, it's gonna be 80 degrees today, and then like Sunday it's gonna be a high of 40, low of 27. Like it's like, bro, that's just where I live. I live in Georgia, so like we get these just insane temperature swings. But yeah, so Edward James Olmos. I feel like he has a fitting career. Like he has like, it's like multi crossover. Did you ever watch? Did y'all watch about BSG? It's probably my favorite show. Besides, I don't know, because it has better stories. So like if you ever watched like Babylon 5, I feel like it's temperatures are bonkers here. So like go out in the morning, you have like double front pants on, wool socks, long johns, whatever, be like, and like scarf, gloves, everything, because if it's windy out where I'm working outside, it'll be cold. The wind chill could knock it down to like 25. And then, but it's, whatever. It messes with my head. It makes me feel dizzy. Not dizzy. It makes me feel like drains my energy. Like something my body can't regulate properly because I get used to one temperature. But yeah, so I like BSG. I really like Babylon 5 in terms of like the scope, the meta, the big story. But there's too many like little tiny like campy stories. They're fun. It's a fun like 90 and late 80s, early 90s TV show. It's great for what it is in that time. But like BSG is like, I don't even know. Is it Sopranos level? Like the storytelling and the meta stories and whatever. Like it's just substantially better than probably most anything before it. I feel like it set a bar. I mean, because of what the original, the mini series came out in 2001. Let's see, BSG. So I've been watching it. So like, what's her name? Katie Sackhoff, who played Kara Thrace. She has the like podcast or whatever, which I don't ever really listen to. But I see her on YouTube. And so her and her husband, she's never watched the show, which is absolutely hilarious. She's seen like cuts, like people editing it and whatever, but she never like watched it. I was like, this show's like 30 years old or 25 years old. And it's like one of the best sci-fi shows of all time. Miniseries. What year did the miniseries come out? We're looking at because they had Ronald Moore. Ronald Moore of Star Trek fame was like just the writer for it. That's why it was good, and they let him do what he wanted to. So like I think Star Trek, they constrained him some. So 2003. But they filmed it in like 2001, 2002, maybe. It came out in 2003. And then there was like a 2-year period where they didn't know if they were going to get picked up or not. So I was so Katie Sackhoff and her husband are watching the doing live reaction videos and whatnot of the thing, which is pretty hilarious. I mean, it's fun. It's just good fun. Um, the oh yeah, there's some um yeah I've probably watched it I've probably watched it through 3 or 4 times. Just I, when and how I don't know. Um, I don't know how I've ever had the time to do some of this stuff, but before I had kids. But yes, sir. I'm getting a little distracted here, but yeah. So they're rewatching it, and they'd never seen it. So like to me, like if you've ever seen it, like it's probably the first best episode of anything of like all time. Like 33, which is the first episode after the miniseries, where they're all like the Cylons come and find them every 33 minutes, and they have to jump to get away every 33 minutes, and like everyone's like taking stems and like losing their minds, and, like fighting and bickering, and like it's because they've been awake for like 120 hours or something like that no human could ever do. Um, they're just pushed to the end, and then the end they have to like don't they have to like blow up that they have to blow up the ship that has the tracker on it, and they don't see people on board, so like they know they got captured by the Cylons. I don't know, this thing's putting out 60 frames per second. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, and so it's I don't know, it's fun. There's some weird lags and dips, and like there's a few of the stories like maybe it's like 4 or 5 episodes in a row where it kind of goes into like it gets real depressing, and it's like you almost don't want to push through, and then um, I don't know, you push through, and you know it's what it is. Yep, guys, I may be petering out here. Not petering out. I want to figure out this. I want to figure out the vertical. So like I shows them on vertical, but like there's no reason why. There's no reason why I should only have 26 views if it's like like normal, like when I normally stream. It just that's absolutely insane. And I can't find. There's no setting to turn on that I can find. So unless, yeah. So I want to figure that out, because generally, if doing verticals, you get a bump because people are scrolling through, and it'll put you in their feed, and then people come hang out, whatever. So I don't know. I think I've done my due here. Audio quality is much better. That's what I want because I'm doing some music stuff. So like, I mean, I'm just messing around. I got distracted. I was gonna actually. I'll end. Maybe I can find the chapter. There's this book. This is a good book, Against the Machine, by Paul Kingsnorth. Basically talks about, I don't know, simplifying life, not you know, letting yourself be fully engulfed by the machine. But he has like some history stories. I wanted to see if I could find the one. There's some good ones about, you know, like technology and this relation, like in Japan, because they like kept out Westerners from trading for a long time. But he has stories of, because it's kind of like a collection of essays. It's almost like you could read them all individually because they were somewhat written that way. Oh, yeah, okay. The fin. So we were talking about beavers earlier. We were talking about things. So it got me thinking about the fins, right? The fins, or a place. Weren't they and weren't they like were they the fins in the UK? They were like marshlands. What are they called? The fens. No, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. The Finlands, but they're not Finland. It's Finland. Um, Ecofascism. He has a. What were they? They were like people that lived there for like hundreds of years. Fens inhabitants. What were they called? Fen warriors or something? Fen tigers. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, 17th century inhabitants of English England Fens who fought to protect their traditional wetland way of life against large-scale drainage projects. These local, often violent resistance fighters destroyed pumps, dams, dikes, and attacked contractors to defend their livelihoods, which relied on fishing, fowling, and grazing. Yeah, so they were the Fen tigers. Name given to the local residents that actively sabotaged the drainage works in the 17th century. And he has a good it's a good little story about sort of the history of that. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I've not. It's not labeled, but he is a good writer, so he has a glossary or index on the back. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is riveting content, isn't it, guys? So 45. Blah 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 blah. Let me see. Okay, I'll read a little bit since I'm just chilling, and you guys are just chilling. So we'll read a little bit. Analytics, stream help. I'll read a little bit of this because it's good. Between the early 1600s, when plans for the death of the Finns were first laid, and the First World War, this was the old way of farming and living, was changed. Okay, that sentence doesn't make any sense. But a succession of acts of parliament written and voted for by the landed gentry who stood to profit from the process legitimized what was, in customary terms, a massive wave of land theft. Nearly 7 million acres of land were taken out of the common ownership and put into the hands of private landowners. The landscapes and fields, fences and hedges that we associate with the English countryside today are a product of this process. The mass enclosure of the commons was, from the point of view of many of the ordinary rural folks, a cultural tragedy, reduced entire communities to penury. I don't know what that is. The results at the grassroots level is noted by the Enlightenment century rector of Cookham, Berkshire, who said that his local area, that an amazing number of people had been reduced from a comfortable state of partial independence to precarious condition of mere hirelings, and were out of work immediately come in the parish. Blah, blah, blah. I want to find the part about the Fen tigers. I said there was reference there, but I do not see. Okay. Okay, this is the part. I missed it. Okay. As in the 11th century, so in the 17th, as William the Conqueror had discovered, attempting to defeat a people who knew their ground intimately was a strategic nightmare. Vermuyden and his teams faced groups of local guerrilla saboteurs known as Fen Tigers who would materialize out of the fens at night and destroy dikes, causeways, dams, and bridges. The Tigers would, like their ancestors, set fire to marshes to destroy the pumps and equipment. They harried the engineers for years, slowing their work, reflooding drained lands, destroying months and years of effort. It wasn't until the 19th century, with the coming of the steam power, that the Fens were finally claimed for the machine. I don't know. Gives me chills. Oh, gives me chills. Such a good... Well, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't know. Like, it's good. Anyways, guys, been doing this hour and a half. I think it's a good enough test run, right? Y'all got any big plans for the weekend? I'm going to sit in here and sort this out today because I got a little time. And I may end up doing... there's other ways to do this, so what I'll probably end up doing is have to do 2 live streams simultaneously because I just want the freaking audio to be better, you know? I'm going to play this for a little bit because I kind of got this. I kind of got this dialed in the other day with the setup, and then I didn't get to play it. So I'm going to play this. Yeah, I think we're just chilling. Oh no, my daughter rides horses, and so we're not doing like all the horse shows and blah blah and all that stuff because that's just insanity. But we get to go watch her ride horses tomorrow, which will be cool. But I'm gonna play this for a second. I'm so glad I got that all set up. Buddy. So, I mean, I'm so glad I got the keyboard set up. That's so much. I mean, this is fun. The modular is a blast, but it's even more fun when you plug in a freaking rad keyboard into it and you get you can do whatever you want with delays and reverbs and glitches and doodads and filters and everything. It's just freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Let me see. You want to be a moderator, Stevie? Can I add you as a mod? You're in here consistently. You're chill. You don't seem insane. You're in here enough. I would totally do it. Because I don't I got a couple of guys. There's a couple of guys that come in here regularly, pop in, hang out for a little bit. Morning, woke up dead. You've been in here a couple of times, I think. Other guy, you can go up in this chat. From 666 to 777, which is such a good name. He's been in here a bunch. Okay, I'm gonna add you as a moderator. Okay, so we're gonna do standard moderator. Since you're in here enough, and you're, I don't know, I was watching a stream the other night. So we were talking about prank calls. There's a if you go to her page, it's called, her name's Sarah. Oh, she goes by Sarasota, and she pretends to be this like rural like Tennessee woman. Her character is called Sue Dillon, and man, there was someone in her stream, and the mods I think the way the person got removed is because they eventually got like the comments they were making verged on threats. Like they were like tiptoeing the line, and so they were able to get reported. But the mods weren't taking it out; they were just letting it go, and it was just like, bro, like no one needs to have this kind of toxicity. Like, I mean, it was, I'm not even going to repeat what they were saying, but they the mods just let it go by. And it was just like, no, this is not acceptable. Like no one should know, like, I don't know. It's like, I view a lot of the live stuff and everything when you like watch people do it, they do it well over time. Like you were cultivating, you won't need to have people if you're doing like a big live stream, so like you like literally you have like hundreds or thousands of people watching, you need to have the normal people in there like kind of be like, this doesn't need to stand, we're all here to chill. And it's like, but then like you get people coming in there saying certain things or whatever, and it gets highly toxic, like extremely quickly. It just gets super toxic, and it's like, we're all in here. Like I worked, I don't, sorry. Like I worked hard today. This is something that I enjoy. I like seeing people in the chat and people goofing around and all that stuff. It's just a fun, like, and it's like a little weird community. This stupid internet connects all of us everywhere, and like we can build these fun, interesting, cool little communities online that are like reprieves from every day, and they can be good. Like, and I was just like so not disappointed. Disappointed with my dad. I'm disappointed in you. No, but it was sad. I was like, golly, guys, just mute this person. We're all in here hanging out, goofing off. People are. It's a comedy. It's a comedy live stream. We don't need to have people. Like this isn't. This person is threatening, straight up threatening. So I just. Like no need to have that level of junk going on. But yeah, I would definitely, I mean, her stuff's hilarious. So Sarasota, let me see if I can pull up let me see. Yeah, can I post her at? I will post her. I will post her channel because it's my new favorite thing. So it's just freaking hilarious. Yeah. So yeah, I've seen that too. We'll give her a shout out. Yeah, so like you know who Ricky Berwick is? He's like a Canadian comedian kind of. He's disabled, and but he does like gaming live streams. He does like comedy shorts and stuff. He's a pretty funny dude. he was on Fish Tank Live. They brought him on for like several days. it was it was pretty epic. It was like, whoa, dude, this is like this. They have ramped it up, and then they brought on Bam Margera. All that was just wild. But yeah. So like the what am I saying? He had some people in his mods, and there were so many blocked words that like people couldn't just type anything. Like yeah, he's a small guy. He's probably technically quadriplegic. His hands are he has primary use of like these three fingers. But he's a good gamer. I mean, he's adapted plenty well to be a very decent gamer. And you know, he doesn't let it get him down. He makes a lot of self-deprecating comedy, and but yeah, there was one night it was around New Year's, because I had family in town and I was here by myself, and I was just hanging out by myself late because I get exhausted. Like, we had Christmas stuff, and it was just nonstop Christmas stuff. And then another family came into town, nonstop stuff, and so like it was a couple of nights where I was just like, you guys go have fun. I'm chilling by myself. And so I was watching I was playing video games, but I'd pull up his streams because he was playing video games. And he's just goofy. He has these crazy goofy live streams. And I'll link that too. Ricky. He's a total freaking goofball. But these people they're fun. They're genuine. They don't seem but yeah, he got so many words in his stream banned, like, because you can go in and do blocked words, which I've done for a bunch of things. So like, you can't say ooze, you can't say 9-6, you can't say weed, you can't. There's so much garbage people were coming in with, and I was like, well, this is pretty simple. They got like the same words, so what I did is I totally just got rid of all those words. But he had so many banned words, people just couldn't type normal things, and it was like, it made the stream suffer because everyone's like typing like alternate words and using emojis and stuff, and like, he does, I call it angry streaming. So he yells at the audience, which I usually don't like, but his is kind of funny. And he's just playing games. So sometimes I just want to see, like, he's playing Arc Raiders and playing Fortnite. So sometimes it's nice to see someone who's like good at something play, but also he has the comedy element, and he does verticals, and he does the dual stream, vertical and horizontal. And so, yeah, all that to say, I think some of his mods, so he had to go in, he had to take, like, there was one line, he's like, this is stupid. And so he just stopped everything he was doing. He like got on his computer, and he had to take mods off. And then, he had to take mods off. Who's Eric the actor? I don't know who Eric the actor is. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna say it looks like similar vibes to Eric the actor. And so yeah, he had to go in, he stopped what he was doing, he went into the banned words, he had to like get rid of a bunch of banned words, and then he had to get rid of some mods because he has pretty big live streams. So let me see, like, what's his last live? I don't know, these people that are like, take down your lives, don't leave them listed, no one's gonna watch them. And it's just like shut up. like leave your lives up, because like, if people like you and you're just hanging out, they may want to just listen to you, like, chill and hang out. That's an actual thing. If you're, a lot of people on here, I feel as though, yeah. So like on his last live stream last night, he had 8,500 views. But then like on his vertical live stream, he has 75K views. And I figured out how much he makes a night off of supers, and he's making upwards of $500 a night streaming on super chats. That is not any other monetization or ads or anything that get thrown on the stream or whatever. So I was like, it's funny. He's actually one of the reasons why I was like, I want to start live streaming, because I'm like you can cultivate something, even if it's goofy. You can cultivate something and it be like normal. Like you can be a normal person, because like we talked about AI and all that stuff. People, I don't need to show you my crotch. People want to hang out. I'm a somewhat lonely dude. I don't have a lot of friends. But I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me, because I find social situations like completely exhausting. But like, this is like, okay, I can welcome people into my space. They can come in on my terms. If I don't want them here, I can tell them to leave, make them leave. And then I can make something, because like, I don't know, I can cultivate something that's not, I think so. I deleted it all now, but I did a podcast last year? I do a shotgun approach to life. Like, I'm trying to find something that's like an outlet, but that also I can like at some point monetize. But the monetization isn't the end goal. Okay. So like, I'm doing all this stuff anyway. Like, I'm sitting, like I was sitting up here playing with my synth every night. And I'm like, why not just live stream and do it? Yeah, so I've thought about that. I was thinking about that last night, doing the sounds, like doing requested sounds. So now that I have a keyboard hooked up, and I'm gonna come up. I may hook up my. I'm gonna have to get a mixer or something, or I don't know. I don't want to have to buy anything. So I may figure out a way to hook my drum pad into my synth as well, because I have a couple of, one of my modules, it has a huge range of gain adjustments, so I have two other ways I can put stuff in here. So I'm thinking about doing that, and then so I can have one thing that's kind of a soundboard that's just there, and I can just hit things that are goofy. So like, I gotta get this right. I don't know. I gotta go back through and work on all that. Actually, whatever. All that's messed up. But yeah, so I thought about doing like having a dedicated soundboard. So I have a drum machine that I can load samples onto, and so I could use that as a soundboard. Because I don't need, so like the thing I was using as a soundboard the other night, it's a granular processor, so like it's sometimes hard to get all this audio things sounding right. I know, right? Arnold is epic, but or I could do something. I could just, if I don't have to use my phone, I could do sound effects. Just, but I'm trying to come up with I need to have everything connected. I want to have a simple enough. This isn't terribly complicated. This is just audio into one thing. I already play with it all. I already got it hooked up anyway. So it's not like I have to come in and set anything up. So what I've done here, and with the addition of this, this is a intelligent multigrain. Let me see if I can launch it. No latch. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's so good. Oh yeah. So I had to stop by. This is you know if you got modular stuff, this is one of those hobbies where like at a certain point you have to just draw a line. You're like gassed out, if you know what that means. Gear acquisition syndrome. It's like you just have to. So after getting gassed up this last year, because I have to do it in spurts, I just went bonkers. So I do have on pre-order. I have is it a spectral processor? The Rossum Panharmonium. I don't know what I didn't know what I was thinking that night I bought that. I spent way too much money. But you have 650 HP. That's like ridiculous. um 3 plates. Yeah, so I'm getting the what is it, Rossum. I don't know when it's going to ship, but I pre-ordered this. It is what is it? Yeah, it is a mutating spectral resynthesizer. Is that a spectral processor? I have a blur. I have a 2 HP blur. Do you know what that is? It's awesome. It's weird. It's like reverby. But let me see. It is, and it's cheap. It's not stereo, but who cares? Yeah. So I do have one of these. I don't have it plugged in right now, but it gives you such cool, like there's like multiple ways. It's 3 knobs, man. But there's multiple ways to use it and make it sound different. So like it gives some like reverb-esque. And then like blur. I mean, just like it stretches things. It does stuff with sound. Yeah, that's one thing I don't have. I got a Plonk. That's all the only drum module I got. And then I can use. I have a noise generator, and I can do FM stuff into my complex oscillator and stuff like that. So I can get drum sounds in other ways. And then you can ping filters and I can record samples into the the like that's that's a sample. I can record samples into the multigrain and do some rhythmic stuff with that as well. It's really good with rhythmic stuff. Yeah, I like the blur. It's weird. Like it's sometimes I'll take something, I'll go from the blur and then I'll go into the data bender. And I've just put that in my effects loop, and so like you can get cool sounds, man. It's like a whoa, and it's like this tiny little unit. It's just solid. You mean to loop something? Let's see. I can latch it. I need to have modulation going in. It can change the start and all that. You can hear that, right? That's pretty cool. Jaws, yeah, it is. I love it. You get in here and you'll like hit something, and you'll hit like the notes just right, and then the sound effects is just right, and it's like, whoa. Like you just like tapped into some. It's like the theory of the like. There's a creative river out there. So there's like, to me, like if you've read any of Jung, there's like this collective unconscious of things that exist out like in the ether, whatever you want to call it, and then like occasionally, like with music and stuff, or poetry or writing or art, whatever, you like tap into that, and then like you're in awe of what's going on because like you feel like, whoa, I'm connected to something. And it's with stupid things like this, all the stupid Arnold clips and stuff like that. Like I feel like there's something about the nature of those things where they're in another place. They're in like a collective unconscious. They're like, it's connected to everyone. And then like you can like tap into that. So I've watched some videos on people tapping into I don't know what you probably collective unconscious or whatever. And so like, and it was talking about these people uses of drugs and deprivation tanks and things like that. And then it was talking about like people that do it naturally, like through like meditation and like whatever. And then, but then there's a technique. So, Sir Francis Bacon, you'll get a kick out of this. No, Francis Bacon, Sir. It's Sir Francis Bacon, right? It's not the painter Francis Bacon. So like, but there are people that got downloads from whatever the fuck it is. Like the dude that came with the periodic table like dreamed it. Like, and then apparently like basically yeah, so he induced Sir Francis Bacon induced hypnagogia. So he would he had like a metal bowl that he would hold these like metal balls in his hand, and then he would, as he fell asleep, the balls would drop out, and it allowed him to go into a state of unconsciousness and then come back, and he'd do it repetitively, and it was a way for him, it was supposedly a way for him to tap into the whatever it is, collective soul, mind of God. I don't know what you'd call it. Oh no, or maybe it's Thomas Edison. But yeah, they're like figuring out how to go to this place and get like freaking downloads from the ether, and like Zeitgeist. It's not Sir Kevin. Sir Kevin Bacon. Maybe he gets downloads from the universe too. I don't know. What is it? What's the game? 3 degrees from Kevin Bacon. Like everyone has a connection to Kevin Bacon. He is the collective mind of God made man. He is the Jesus of our time. Yeah. So do you have the morning woke up dead? Do you have a Vic X? I really want a freaking Vic X. Yeah, the transitionary states are really strange. I had a friend in college, Thomas. He would do like lucid dreaming techniques, and so he was excited. He was like, and then other friends of mine were doing were attempting to do astral projection. I don't know if you know what that is. So my friend Joey and his sister, they were doing like meditative stuff, and they were trying to astral project, which I think is astral projection, where they induce like an out of body experience, and then they like, so him and his friends were leaving objects on shelves in different rooms of their house. They knew what they were, and then they were attempting to be at their house, and then have an out of body experience, go to the other person's house and see what was on the shelves or was written on a note or something. Yeah, I bought a couple of new things. I'm trying to think. I'd say like 65% of what I have is secondhand. 40%'s new. Actually, maybe 50, maybe like 75% is used. I could go through and figure it out. Most of it's used. But there's a guy I follow on here who has the spectral resynthesizer or whatever, and I was just like, bro, I have to have that. Like, it just, everything he puts into that thing, it's like magical. Something coming out. But yeah. Do you have like a DFAM, like a drummer from another mother, and Mother 32, some stuff like that, or do you have like old stuff like a tribute or like Slim Fatty or something like that? Yeah. But yeah, so they were doing that, and then at the same time, at a similar time, my friend Thomas was he was trying to do because he was he Catholic? I think he was Catholic. So he wasn't into like drugs and stuff like some of the other guys I knew were. He would, but he was doing lucid dreaming techniques. So like at night, he was doing things to like induce a lucid dream, which basically for him, what he was trying to do, he wasn't trying to like take off in outer space. I guess he was trying to, to get to that point, but he was getting to a state of sleep where he couldn't tell the transition from between waking and asleep, so he was lucid while he was asleep. And so he did that for a while, and he came in one day and was like, he's like, dude, I had to stop doing that stuff. I was like, why? He said, so if you know anything about these kinds of states and things people try to do, you've heard of like the hat, is it the Hat Man? The people see when they take too much Benadryl and stuff like that. Then yeah, they see different. There are different entities depending on the types of things you're doing in these in between states. So he said that one night his wife was sitting there reading. They were about to go to bed, and he was doing his things to induce lucid dreaming, and I don't know what all that means quite, but I get you. You got a variety of small stuff, and then some. Okay, I see. Yeah, like O-Coast, stuff that's like got basically multiple modules built in that you can also integrate with CV and all that. Yeah, so he was like, as I was sitting in bed, I was laying in bed or sitting up, however he was doing it. His wife was sitting there reading, and he goes into the lucid state, and he said the first time he so like the door, he'd do different things with the door. He'd shut the door, he'd leave the door open, whatever. So this night his door was shut to his bedroom, and he said he like looked over at the door when he was in the state, and the door handle started jiggling, and the door started like jolting and like just like acting all crazy. And I think that he said that happened multiple times. But then he said one night he was doing it, and he said the door handle started jiggling, and then the door like burst open in his lucid state, and then this shadowy figure like comes in the room, and then like hovers over him in his bed, and he said he's like I'm done with this. He's like, I'm not. He's like, there's no. He's like, he was so freaked out. So like, yeah, this I don't know. This blah man. Yeah. So he said that was the last time he did it. But yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I got a couple other things. I have let me turn this off. Oh man. I have an analog keys. Sleep demon. Shadow cat. Are you being serious? And he didn't do. That's the thing about Thomas. Thomas was very religious. He didn't do drink. He didn't do drugs. He didn't do any of that stuff. So that was like what he was doing. I think that was what he was doing and he's like, everyone else is like doing drugs because we were in art school. So like, I think he's sort of like, I gotta have fun. And he was married like young, and then had kids young, like in his 20s, early 20s. And so like, and he was in school, but he was still in school with us. And so I think he was like, I got to do something. So he's like testing the waters of these other things he could do, like meditation and altered sleep states and whatever. And, oh dude, I got floaters. You want to talk about floaters? I see, like, I go outside and like look up at the sun, look at the sky, like on a clear blue day. And it's just like black dots everywhere. I'm like, I've always had them, but they seem to be getting worse. So I think I'm gonna have to go to the eye doctor. Yeah, I get I have bad night vision. I have awful night vision. So I have to if I'm gonna drive a lot at night, I gotta put eye drops in, because every headlight just like takes up, like it's just
it just blows out. And like, bro, I cannot see at night driving. So if I put eye drops in, it helps a ton because my eyes are dry. Because you work in a wood shop and around construction stuff long enough, and I guess you just develop chronically dry eyes. Oh, buddy. Yeah, I get those blots. So like, I get little spots. Uh, sometimes I get little blurry spots. Like you're saying, in the corner of my eyes. I got something like yesterday. I tell stories about my personal life now. They're so interesting. Yesterday I had to go do stuff, and then the fucking battery was about to explode in the van, and I got that sorted, and had to go take it to the people to to test it, and figure out what was wrong, because it could have been a relay or it's a long story. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat lunch early. So what I usually do is I eat my lunch quick, and then I'll like sometimes I'll lay in the back of my truck, close my eyes for a minute, and stare at, chill out for like 15 minutes. And then but something, I guess, that was windy, and something like blew onto my eye. And so when I opened my eye, something like fell in there, and it was this tiny little black thing. And bro, I went in there and rinsed and could not get it out. But I finally did. But then I was like, I gotta go drive. My eye was just red. I mean, it was just gross. And man, that caused them, because like I felt like I had trying to get it out, because I couldn't see. I saw it, and then it like went up, and then I couldn't see it, and then I finally got it out. And then it caused like dry spots in the bottom of my eye, and then that's like creates. I feel like it creates weird little blurry, like dry spots that would like drift into your range of vision. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yes, I get those as well. It's a cat because I used to have cats, so it turns into a cat. Yep, I thoroughly agree with that. In terms of it's like I've had bad, I have glasses, so I've had bad vision for since I can since I was like 12, 13 is when it feel like it got real bad. So when you have blurry vision, I think about all this crap as a kid. And one of my theories was, if you already have a fixed thing in your head, like you already know what something is, if you can hardly see it, you can see the shapes of it more easily. So like with writing. So if I know it's written on this, speaker over here, I know it says Adam Audio on it. So even though it's blurry with my glasses off, I can see the ADAM, AUDIO or whatever. I can make those out because I know what they are. Same thing like you're saying with the cat and the vision. Like there's a fixed thing, you know what a cat is, and so like your brain in the process of taking. And this is where I'm gonna take. It takes the information, and it takes what you see and it applies a form to it. Yep. That's just had a shadow blunt. Yeah. Yes, sir. I get those too, and I have to be like, no, there's nothing in the room. It's just my eyes. Yeah, it's like when you see shapes in clouds. Yep. Except it's like dry spots in your eyeball. It's terrible. But yeah, like if it's like I take my glasses off and everything's a cloud, which it actually helps. So like, I don't know if you've ever done art or drawing or anything like that, but having bad eyesight, I feel like actually helps. That's why you see so many people that like you see so many people with like glasses that are like artists, which is I don't know, something I think that having blurry vision allows you to go from focusing on the small things to the big things. So like you can all of a sudden, instead of seeing small particular things where you're real nitpicky, you get to see this, the whole scope of it. So like right now I'm looking at myself, and I don't think so. Like I'm looking at myself in stream, and I can see all the wires and blah blah blah. I got my glasses on. When I do this, I see all the shapes. So I see these like big lines coming behind me. I see the perspective of this stuff over here. I see the pile of boxes over there that which got to go. Because I got this thing's like, I could put a wide angle lens on this thing. This thing would be nuts. You can see this whole room. But, anyways, shaping things. Yeah. So like, yeah, I guarantee you, like producers, like people that are good producers, hear things differently. They can hear different layers of textures and sounds and whatever. So they can hear something as too much bass, whereas like I can't. And that's the thing, like with art and stuff. Like I can look at stuff and tell you what's wrong. Like if someone, like you sit down and do enough art critiques, and you do all the different techniques. So you flip it upside down. You blur your eyes. I don't have to blur my eyes to take my glasses off. You step back and forth from it. You take a picture of it, turn it to black and white. There's all sorts of techniques to use to come up with a way. And then over time, you end up being able to do all that stuff like in your head. You can flip things up. You can modify things with your mind. That's funny. Yeah. You do things with your mind. And so then you get better at critiquing artwork and stuff like, and drawing some paintings and whatever. You get much better at that over time, because you can do techniques with your head. But I heard you said the people take their glasses off, dude. So we had played with a bunch of kids, played at the park, and with some people I knew a couple of people, but I didn't know all of them. And one of the guys I sat and talked to for a while, and we were outside the whole time. He had on sunglasses, and he had a hat on. And so then we went to it was like the daddy-daughter dance, and he was there, and he was a totally different outfit, didn't have sunglasses on, didn't have a hat on, and he came up and was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I looked at him, and I just was like I had absolutely no idea who he was. And then I was like, okay. And then I finally, I it took me 5 seconds to be like, oh yeah, okay. It's totally out of it. But anyways, yep, it tripped me out. Yeah, they are different different sizes. I've had friends, I had a friend growing up, Jonathan. He had 2 different eye colors. He had a green and a blue eye, which that'll trip you out, because you can't ever look them in the face. Like you look at them in the face, and it makes your brain it trips a wire in there. So, all right, guys. Anything y'all want to talk about? Any big plans for the weekend? I'm gonna find a couple. So I'm going back through this book, Thomas Pynchon's Bleeding Edge. I don't know if I recommend it. I like it. It's probably not for a lot of people. But there's a lot of dream sequences in there that she has, and I find it are you did he live on an island, and he was he was captured by a bunch of Greek seamen coming back from Troy? Oh, you have Gravity's Rainbow? Yeah, I have Gravity's Rainbow. I haven't read it yet. I did this one first, but it's fun. It's okay. So I don't. A lot of people rank this. Yeah, yeah. I have Gravity's Rainbow somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I haven't read it yet. Yeah, I have Gravity's Rainbow. I don't know what it's about, but I do have it. But this one is this this is about a mom who's a private investigator, and she kind of there's a lot of I don't know. Steve was in here the other night. People probably want me to stop talking about the same thing, but we get new people all the time. Whatever. I don't care. It's New York, so it's pre 9/11 and it's post 9/11. Is the timeline. So you get a snippet sort of what her world's like pre 9/11 and then how their mindset changes post 9/11. But at the same time, she's investigating like a tech mogul who I don't know if Pynchon knew who Elon Musk was, but he is almost like an exact replica of who Elon Musk is today. It's really weird. But she's investigating this company he owns, and yeah, it's sort of like, so I was trying to think. It's like I don't have any other. But have you ever read "Flow My Tears, the Policeman Says" by Philip K. Dick? So it's got elements. So here's "Flow My Tears," the Policeman Said. Kind of trippy. I don't know. The guy gets erased from time. He doesn't exist, and it's a world where you have to exist, have paperwork and all this stuff because it's like a dystopian, like techno fascist state or something. And then the three stigmata, Palmer Eldritch. A lot of like drug induced like fantasies and stuff. So there's a lot of elements in that I think people, not if they miss, but in Bleeding Edge. So it's about, she investigates this tech company. Her friend is, they are starting like a virtual reality thing. And so, and then starts having these dreams, and then things in reality start to like relate to her dreams. I don't know. It's like there's a lot of like interconnectedness in a lot of the way Philip K. Dick tells stories. So like some people were saying, oh, it's not written as well. The references aren't as good. The da da da. And so like I don't know because that's the only Thomas Pynchon book I've ever read. But but if you've ever read Philip K. Dick, you know like I don't want to say he's a terrible writer, but he's not a great writer. Like some of his stuff is like totally stream of consciousness. Like the plot lines don't always like make sense. There's plenty of characters, plenty of things and aspects of the story that just are like totally not thought about. Like it may not, like it's not great writing. Like it's not like when you read the Hobbit. The Hobbit is like reading a poem. Every sentence, everything is sculpted and cared for, and like it flows in a way that is like unreal. Like you read it and it's like reading this like living thing. It's not the same experience. But all the other aspects of it, where it takes you, the journey, all this other stuff, it's like oh yeah, so there's a lot of things about the journey that are interesting, and it's about lots of little moments that it's not about it the story ever getting anywhere. It's about the moments of her like making her way through the sort of chaotic mess that's like evolving around her, and she's just sort of like, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, because he did a lot of stream of consciousness, right? And he did a lot, not a lot, and there were. I mean, and I don't know. It probably varied depending on times of his life. And he knows lots of his drug use and all sorts of stuff. And he had fantasies about himself being a time traveler and all sorts of stuff. You want me to do a reaction video? That's sort of one of the reasons why I got the all tomorrow's parties. I don't know. But okay, first, before I do a live reaction video, Stevie, the Three Stigmata of Paul Morell-Rich, you should read. I think I think it's one of his I think it's one of his best works. So it's trippy. It's not. There's certain things that aren't going to make sense in the end, and the ending doesn't. It's about some of it's about the journey. So, but it's interesting because there's one of the more interesting aspects is the whole Candy thing, and this has Dr. Smile in it, right? Does this have Dr. Smile? Yeah. Okay, I'll read the beginning of it. It's pretty cool. His head unnaturally aching, Barney Mayerson woke up to find himself in an unfamiliar bedroom in an unfamiliar Connaught building. Beside him, the covers up to her bare, smooth shoulders, an unfamiliar girl slept on, breathing lightly through her mouth, her hair in a tumble of cotton-like white. "I'll bet I'm late for work," he said to himself, slid from the bed and tottered to standing position with eyes shut, keeping himself from being sick. For all he knew, he was several hours' drive from his office. Perhaps he was not even in the United States. However, he was on Earth. The gravity made him sway was a familiar normal. And there in the next room on the sofa, a familiar suitcase, that of his psychiatrist, Dr. Smile. So this is AI doctors and psychologists before, that was a thing. I mean, when was this written? I'll read a little more. 1964. Yeah. Okay. Barefoot, he padded into the living room and seated himself by the suitcase. He opened it, clicked switches, and turned on Dr. Smile. Meters began to register and mechanisms hummed. "Where am I?" Barney asked. "And how far am I from New York?" That was the main point. He saw now a clock on the wall, and it said it was 7:30. The mechanisms, which was the portable extension of Dr. Smile, connected by a micro relay to the computer itself in the basement level of Barney's own Connaught building in New York of the renowned 33, tinily declared, "Ah, Mr. Bayerson." "Mayerson," Barney corrected. "What do you remember about last night?" Oh, let me skip ahead. "Who's this girl?" "This girl in the bed is Miss Rondalina Fugate. Ronnie, as she asked you to call her." So he basically has this long conversation with this AI psychiatrist, all to find out he's in his own apartment. She's his secretary. He's hungover. He doesn't remember anything from the night before. It's got lots of funny, he's a funny writer. He writes, there's you have to read it like it's slapstick comedy sometimes. Intro is very comedic. William Gibson. Yeah. I've not. I started. What's the one? What's the famous one by William Gibson? Neuromancer. I started Neuromancer, but I never. Can you watch trailers? You know? Do you know, Stevie? Can you watch trailers and not get flagged? Because I can plug in. I can plug in audio. I can do a full blown reaction video. I don't do reaction videos. I try to keep it high and tight, if you know what I mean. I got to rejigger some stuff. Here we go. We gonna get this. I gotta look. Do I have to look this way? Should I take it over here? Should I sit? I should sit like this. No, I sit this way. The guys that do like reaction stuff are just ridiculous. They're just like constantly looking like. Even though I do, so one thing I am gonna do. So I don't know if you ever follow anybody else that you need to pause it occasionally. I think. Okay, let's just type it in. How to do a reaction video without getting a strike. To do a reaction video without getting a strike, you must adhere to the fair use guidelines by creating a transformative, educational, or critical piece rather than simply re-uploading content. This video is probably going to get done private anyway, so focus on using short, necessary clips. Reaction video to a trailer. This is riveting content, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I don't deserve it, having nice people in here. The screen needs to be bigger. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna have to switch. I'll have to do a different scene. Okay. Well, we'll do this. All right. Here, I'm just gonna throw you guys up here. So I'm gonna need another. Okay. So I'll need to drop this below. All right. Really? Can I? Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth because like I've never gotten a strike, but I have gotten plenty of warnings. I almost got a strike for playing some rap song came on. I don't even know what it was on. One time, 2 seconds, and it got a strike. I think trailers though are fair use, right? Because it's a trailer, it's meant for just distribution. So there's like I do think trailers may be fair use. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it like this. Maybe we'll just switch this back. Maybe I should do my research before I do something. But what the? Who cares? Who cares? They're not gonna ban my channel because I'll just make this private afterwards. I'll clip it. And I'll see if I get a strike on the when you make it private. I'll see if I get a strike. If I don't get a strike, then I'll know that it's fair use. Yeah, trailers have to be fair use. People play them all the time on stuff without getting flagged. Because if you got flagged for, because they aren't necessary. I mean, yeah. I don't know, because the movie's not released. I doubt that the bots have. I don't know if the bots have caught up since it's unreleased film. But we're gonna try. So what I'll do. I have like the angels on either shoulder. One guy's saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." One guy's saying, "Do it, do it, do it." And there's only 2 of you in here, so I feel like I have an angel on each shoulder, or an angel and a demon. I don't know. What do you? Yeah. So if I do, I think you can do trailer. Okay. Sorry, we're gonna figure this out, because why not? All right, we're going to open up new window. We're going to go up here. We're going to go to YouTube. Is it Spider Noir? Okay. So I should just make the screen as small as possible. Just do I need to say anything, or can I? I just want the raw trailer. I don't want. Okay. Is it this one? It's probably this one.
I think we're going to go with you guys.
Okay. I'm going to refresh this because it's not synced. I may need to get something to drink before I... There we go. Okay. Let me get something to drink real quick, guys. Y'all gonna hang out for a minute? I'm a little thirsty. I've been talking for almost 3 hours.
Oh, buddy.
It's got to be absurd, though, right? So, like, should I? I think I'll turn my camera a little bit so I can get it better. Sorry, I got to see myself. I got to get this just right. Should I do that? Just mouth agape. Is that the Wicker Man? Is that the Wicker Man? Oh, man, the Wicker Man's going to be Spider-Man now? Okay. Okay, I got to get audio. So got to bump that up a little bit. Now we're going to try and click up here. Let me see if anything's... Oh, I got to turn the audio on.
Know how it ends.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be so rad. It's gonna be funny if this is okay.
Tell me why.
You already know how it ends.
Does he have a speech impediment?
Start from the beginning.
Oh, Prime. Is it a TV show?
Ticks. Dots. impulses. I manage to suppress them most of the time.
Wait. So is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? Or is he like 1940s Batman carried a gun, didn't he? Is he a I'm gonna split the lines, man?
What's going on, man?
Ooh, okay.
Wait.
Hold on.
What?
Okay, we're going back. All right, so that was the bad guy. They flashed him. So bad guy is right here, I think. The doctor, that they flashed him. I mean, he was in one frame, but they showed him. I think they showed the bad guy. Let's keep going. But there's one frame where you see a face.
What's going on, Ben?
Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah, you can't even see it. It's in this. It's in between these frames. There he is. Okay. So is that? Who is that? Who is that? Is this? What's going on? What's going on with this? I'm gonna do my reaction, Stevie. Who is this guy? And what are these things? What are these things? Are those legs? Are those like spider legs? What are those? I don't know. I may retake this. Should I retake this? Or should I just leave it all in? I don't know. I've never done this before. He looks like a spider. Are those spider eyes?
Wait. What the hell happened to him?
I beat up some guys in a bar. And I got plastered.
Bro, that's from another movie. That's like Gone in 60 Seconds, right?
What are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
So is this guy? Let's go back. We're gonna break it down scene by scene. Let's see. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? This is the Human Torch. Is it a Spider-Man final Fantastic Four crossover? Okay, let's keep going.
What are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
Struck a nerve, huh?
You hear him? So he says, having an existential crisis. He goes, having an existential crisis. It's like, do you have teeth, dude? What's going on? Come on, go back.
Struck a nerve, huh?
Oh, okay, here.
Crisis, if I'm honest. Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
He's not even saying having, right? He goes, an existential crisis, sir. You know, whatever.
Struck a nerve, huh?
Okay. Who's this? So they got a lot crammed in here. They got lots of these single scene, like, single scene, like, single frame. Okay, so he's falling there. But then you go to the next frame, and there's an underwater scene, right? Yeah, who's this? What's going on with this? I don't know. Oh, there's two ways to watch. Okay. Well, my reaction to that, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm terrible at this. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good. So it's a. I mean, like with the Spider-Verse, they introduced Ghost Rider Noir, like Wicker Man Noir. Dude, have you ever listened to the soundtrack of the 1960s, the original soundtrack to the Wicker Man? Bro, it is. I've never even seen it. I just know the story, bro. It is wild. Chills. That was. Yeah, I don't know. Face Off Noir. Yeah, so I think so. One of the things doing the reaction video and whatever, which I actually may do a real start doing real ones. Blah blah blah. I thought about doing like spin-offs. So like doing a series of videos where I do things like other people do them, but it's kind of like making fun of them. So like there's a lot of people in the synth community that do like, sometimes the way they post and the stuff they do is just super annoying to me. And so I'm like, I think I should make fun of them. And they seem like perfectly nice people. That's the thing. They seem like chill, cool, perfectly nice, well-intentioned people. But some of their online presence is like a bit much. So like there's this should I go into it? So there's this girl on Instagram that I see all the time, which she always posts like videos of her like staring at synths, and it's like, do you want to learn how to use a synth? But it's like she looks confused while she's like looking at it. She's like, what do I do with these knobs? What do I do with these knobs? Oh no, with these knobs. She looks like she's like really intent, like trying to be like really, and like it's just like it's a synth, bro. You plug cable in here, you plug it out here. Like I understand people get probably like overwhelmed with something like this at first, but she's very experienced and like a very good musician. And like and then she'll post like every day, like it's, I don't know. I get a trip out of just the way some people go about like branding. Not Sarah Bell. I'll tell you she is. She's I mean, she seems perfectly pleasant person. But and the only reason I see, I've not been on Instagram a lot or long, but because I'm sure she has. Yep, you're right. Sarah, that's exactly who it is. So I'll tell you, I'll tell you a story why like I find it funny. So I have a friend. I have two friends that are South African. One's Dutch South African, one's like English South African. And they're married, of course. And she looks like my friend. Like she looks almost exactly like my friend. So every time I list like a video of her like pop up in the thing, I halfway expect a South African accent. Okay, so you agree with me, right? It's like, it seems wholesome, well-intentioned. It's all fine. I mean, it's fine. I'm glad she has the following and does whatever. But in my humble opinion as a man, okay, if she didn't have female stuff, she wouldn't have an audience. So that's just me being observant. Golly, this nose mine. But that's she looks like your ex-girlfriend. The fake artistry shows. Did somebody hurt you? I'm just kidding. But yeah, she looks exactly like my friend. So I'm like, I halfway expect her to like be speaking like Afrikaans, I'm like, why does she? I watch the video. I'll be like, why does she have a normal American accent? What's going on? She should have either a Dutch or a Afrikaner's accent. Anyways, I'm glad we all find each other, right? This is one of my theories is there's a weirdness to online, and like I'm sure the algos and all that stuff like sync us up, put us with people, but like it's weird. Like, so I never I never know about talking about other platforms, but so I've been using YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok sort of for sharing different things like shorts, reels, whatever you want to call them. And so I found that like each platform has a way in which it creates sort of a community, and then it creates a feedback cycle of likes, shares, messaging, whatever. So like I've been trying to just observe how it happens on each different platform. So on TikTok, it does it in a very particular way. So like you see it tells you when someone goes to your profile, and then to me that's a key indicator that if they do something similar to you, they're more likely to follow you if you follow them. And like almost 100% of the time, if I follow them, they follow me back. If in the sort of synth whatever community. And so that's a feedback cycle. And then everything that if they like one of your photos, you can send a reaction to the like and basically say, thanks for liking this. So it's creating a loop that generates clicks. So ultimately the clicks are aimed at gearing you towards lives in TikTok, which I think that they excel. I think they excel at some of the live aspects. And the likes is the hearting and the resharing and the feedback loop they're doing is ultimately to get you to do like is it a heart me in the live? So you do a heart me, which is like 1 cent, I think. I think it's like nothing cost wise, but it's to get you to do that first thing, to input your credit card information and then to hit the button and just 1 cent, you buy coins or whatever it is, and then to get that 1 cent and to engage. So like it's creating a feedback loop that's driving you towards a goal. And you have to know that, like you need to know that if you're on that platform. Instagram does it in a different way. Instagram is, I think, driving you towards products, like people selling their products. So like with the Sarah Bell lady, she has figured out how to use the platform in the way that it's most useful. And that is, you are your own brand. She is her own brand. And like, she doesn't care if she is a fake art. Let's say she's a fake musician, which I don't think she is, but, let's say she's a fake musician, but she is selling a little something real in that she's getting people into the feedback loop of the synth stuff. And then I'm sure she does great on affiliate links. Like I guarantee you she blows it out with the affiliate. Like I bet she has like crazy affiliate links. income. So like off of she does with Perfect Circuit, right? So she probably makes like, I would say at least 4 figures a month, probably off of affiliate link stuff. That'd be my guess. I may be wrong, but but she may not have that enabled, but so she has a link. Okay. Sorry. Her link tree is like I don't know. Her page is a little, this link tree is weird. Okay. So now, yeah. No, she doesn't have any affiliate links, which is interesting. I'd say that's kind of unusual because she's featured on Perfect Circuit, like on some of their stuff, and so I would say that probably, the Norwegian guy. You don't. So you don't like? Is that Bad Gear? The Bad Gear guy? You don't like him? Is that what you're talking about? I actually, I kind of like him because he's a little bit diabolical in terms of the way he knows he's rage baiting and he has fun with it. So I like, one of my favorite guys, and I think he deserves more cred than he gets, is the Molten Modular guy. Do you know who that is? I think if I'm going to shout out the synth people, he puts in a lot of work, and he seems like a nice guy. He does lives, not a lot, but he had a 2-hour live stream get removed and demonetized the other day, or got demonetized for playing 2 seconds of a song, which sucks because he has 50,000 subs, so he has enough subs to put some food on the table, that's for sure. Yeah, I think he seems like a nice fellow. Okay, so you're not talking about the Norwegian guy. You're talking about the guy that does. Okay, so there's another guy. I don't know if he's Norwegian. His channel is like Tech Talk, and he does, Mono Trail Tech Talk. Is that who you're talking about? He has long hair, beard. He looks like Norwegian version of me. I'm not gonna hate on his stuff because he has, in terms of the gear he has, I think that he has done it quite well in the gear he showcases, because he has a lot of chaos devices, and he has a lot of Erica synths, and he has a lot of I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's hard to tell. He has a lot of Dofer stuff. I think he's a good example. Like, he shows you kind of how to. He's a good get started. I don't know. Oh, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Bo, right? Bo Beats. Is that who you're talking about? He annoys the Are you talking about Bo? I think he kind of annoys me. The people that aren't, now that they're not genuine. So, not genuine, but I find I don't like acting. I don't like the actory stuff. That's why, like, people, they're like the people that I like that do well on like streaming and stuff. They do some kind of joking around and acting ish and whatever. But I really like people that are like, they talk to you like I'm talking to you. Like, yeah, I'm probably not being quite myself, but I'm being as much as myself as I can be in a situation where I'm talking for 3 hours. So Scott sent stuff. Bo's sweet. Okay. I don't know. It all sound whenever you get in that part of Europe, does it all sound the same if you don't know what you're talking about? I mean, and that's the thing. I would never, none of these people are, because it's an online thing, I can tune in as much or as little as I want. That's the nice thing about it. That's like, Epstein Craft. I don't know who that is. That's the thing. Like, so when people are like, I've never seen modular, and I'm thinking like, if you type in modular to YouTube, there's an endless number of people making modular content. Same thing with Instagram, TikTok, all these places, just endless amounts. And then all of a sudden it's like, but you have to think about it in terms of numbers. So like, let's say between how many people comprise so yeah, okay, so if you the total number of people in the, let's say, Western world, the people that are generally going to tune in to our content and synth stuff and all that, says between 800 million and 1 billion people. And then you have to think like, okay, a lot of us like to do online content or whatever in the synth community because it's a tech kind of thing. So like, we're not afraid of getting technical and doing, streaming and videos and vlogs and all that stuff. So that's probably a higher proportion of of the normal people in that community. So like, it only takes like 1,000 of us being interested in something to make it like a full blown like online presence. Whereas like in other communities where people aren't like that, it's totally different. And so that's why you see, like, I think people like in like, there's an Irish guy that does woodworking videos, and it's like, I'm a woodworker. I know how to do every single solitary thing, pertaining to whatever he's doing. Like, it's like, I've done all that stuff, but he has like 1 million subs and like whatever, because like, to me, it's not a technical thing that I want to, I can integrate into that. So like, into this world. So all that to say, I don't know what I'm saying. But I think that's why, like, when people were like, what's this thing you're doing? And I'm thinking like, there's such an online presence for it, but like, it's not getting served to normal people, anyways. I don't know. These streams aren't bad. I'm going to figure out, I may have to do a dual. I don't know. I'll have to, let me do some searching. I like having my computer right here. So like, that's the one thing I get when I do my phone. I can't use my phone. I haven't had my computer up so I can like search stuff and whatever. And so it's nice to sit here and chill, and I can actually search stuff and read and whatever. Yeah, sorry. I got inspired to do all this because of this guy. Is it weird that people are like, I'm making it and I'm online and I got all these subs and I got all these people listening to me and I make content about making content. And it's like, golly, that's so weird. It's such a mind trip. But he has a good camera setup. He has a good microphone and everything. I'm like, I got a decent webcam / GoPro. I've got a good microphone. Got a good audio interface. I can have good stuff too. So what are you saying? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's a couple of, oh yeah. Eon, Reardon. He's an Irish, I call him a kid because he looks like he's in his 20s. But yeah, like all the woodworking stuff, he does, great stuff. He does educational stuff and whatever. It is, he does the shorts act thing. Oh, I'm here today and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, I like that it's educational and that like people get to see like craftsmen doing things, because I think that's important. But like the over the topness of like getting into that like short form. Sun's really good right now. This is all natural light. I just turned my light off. The like, because it's about telling a story. Whenever you're doing good short content, it's about having a hook, having a main body, and then having a conclusion. Like you're telling a story. You're trying to draw someone in to watch the entire video. And it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. But he does that very well. I don't like the way, I just don't like, I don't like that sort of, short attention span level, whatever. Cause like, do you know who Paul Sellers is? He's a woodworker. He's still alive, right? He's like the, Mr. Rogers of woodworking. So he's like, I was able to learn most of what I know through watching his videos, and then also some experience in a timber frame shop, for several years. So, he's like the granddaddy of like online woodworking. And so he's more my speed. That's why I'll post him. Yeah. Paste. He lives in Oxfordshire, somewhere. I don't know if he's moved again. He used to live in the US for a little bit, but he is an English chap. He learned woodworking when he was like 12 years old. Yeah, like I think he was like 13 and he had an apprenticeship or something. I mean, like he's been woodworking for like 60 years. He is, I don't know. Yeah, he's like one of those like those people that like warm your heart because they're so like genuine. Like it's just like I don't know. There's nothing fake. There's nothing fake about him. He is, yeah. He is, I don't know. He's one of those people that are like, they have an online presence, but they're not an online person. They're just a real person. So they work well. They work so well online because they're real. Like, and you can't fake it through a camera, through a podcast, through a demonstration or educational thing. Like they are any and only themselves. And like, there's no masking how genuine they are. It's, I don't know. There's something nice about that charismatic. Is that what you'd call it? But yeah, Paul Sellers is the, his speed is where it's at. Which is funny because, like, I don't know. Are Irish people really violent? I don't know. He makes lots of, like, weapons. I'm just kidding. Like, Like sticks with large knobs, a cudgel. Is that an Irish switchblade? Yeah, charming. Yep, that's the right word. But he is sort of, I don't know. It's weird because like I a lot of people didn't like him, but I was a fan of Scott Adams, and he died recently, and it's weird how you form a connection with people online. But he streamed every day, every morning, 6 or 7 o'clock California time, every single day for years. And like, there were periods in my life he was streaming and I was like lonely, and like, I knew I could turn on Scott and he would be there, and he was lonely. The thing is, he was a lonely old man too. Like, not lonely, but like he was fine. He was a, sort of shut in, whatever. Not shut in. That's not the right word. He kept to himself, a lot of his opinions, made him have to keep to himself, but he was there every day. He was there Christmas morning. Scott would be there, being there, washing dishes after, Christmas breakfast or whatever. He was there hanging out. I didn't always agree with him, but there was something there that was almost like spiritual. It was like a human connection. You can't, and he died recently, and you can tell by all the people that showed up. I know people are gonna be like, they're all right wingers, they're all blah, blah, whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. Makes me sad because he's the same age as my dad. My dad's still alive, luckily. But yeah, he was the same age as my dad. So it was like watching I don't know, watching a father figure like pass. And he lives, like, bro was freaking live streaming, hanging out, joking around the day before he died. It just, I don't know. It's weird, but this whole internet thing is weird, and we're gonna figure it out. Okay. All right. Anybody else I need to shout out real quick? Now that we're talking about streamers and video makers and content creators and whatever. A Bad Gear dude. I mean, I'm not gonna post him because he's some people just don't need it. It's just like, you don't need it, bro. Let me see. So yeah, we went through. We talked about Sarah. Okay, so the guy, y'all know, I'm not. You talking about Pokemon, Stevie? You collect hobbies like Pokemon, which is absolutely just hilarious. But there is one guy. He's a live streamer and he sells Pokemon. His name's, I don't know, Coop. He's Coop's Collection. I don't know. It's just like, he's just like a normal chill dude selling Pokemon cards. I don't know. There's something weird about it, but and it's like, he like gives stuff away to kids. I don't know. It's something about it. It's heartwarming. Anyways, I think I've about talked myself out. I've talked more today to you guys. Oh, let's not even get into the it's, I don't even want to talk about it. So there's a couple of women that do things that I like, but I'm like, you are on the balance of like, you wouldn't have an audience if you weren't a woman, but at the same time, what you're doing is interesting. It's, I don't know. I feel like they like, women online position themselves in these sort of diabolical like scenarios, like you're a draw because you're a woman, and so therefore like, just, Do I need to say more? Just dudes being dudes. But then like, it's like, but it's normal content. But then there's still like, as a dude, there's still that layer of like, well, you're a chick. Like, of course I'm going to watch you metal detect and dive and do all your stuff over a dude doing it. Of course. Content is equally attractive, let's say. There's plenty of other guys doing out there, not. But there's like like I'm sorry, but doing something interesting, being a woman, is like a 10x factor online. It just is. But yes, yeah. Who are you talking about, Stevie? Who has massive followings? Yeah, something like this. I mean, there's plenty. I mean, I got 200 followers. So if you got 1,000 followers, you got, I'll link to her. She does good stuff. She's fun. She does, diving stuff in Europe. I think her parents are Italian. No. But her stuff's fun. It's my speed. It's not like fast paced, whatever. I'll show. Oh yeah. They do. It's absolutely insane. She's cool. And it's like, I'm not going to be against like normal women, like women that aren't like, cause I mean like, since we got dudes in here. So like the women drumming with like the camera aimed at their crotch, like just stop it. Like, yeah, sorry. I know like your dad's really proud of you is all I can say. He's really proud. You've built an entire community based around people watching your crotch while you drum. Sorry, that's it. The other women that are like just normal people that do stuff. It's like there's the draw, there's the whatever, because there's that layer. But it's like at least like there are people who are like respectable and nice doing interesting things. Not that I don't think all the thumbnails are designed to entice you to click, but but the content itself is wholesome, I think. In a world that's inundated, where we're inundated with just every kind of vain iniquity possible, like the worst stuff is 2 clicks away, and like, okay, I'm okay with just a little bit of that, because it's at least not utterly diabolical, like, Anyways, you guys, we got someone else in here. Who's the third person in here that's not in the chat? We're all chilling on a beautiful, I mean, outside it is absolutely beautiful. I'm probably gonna have to go chill outside for a little bit after all this nonsense, but because I like the interplay in the chat when you find the right people. Can't beat it. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I was sitting here and I talk in this stupid microphone or whatever I got going on, whatever, and there are people like talking and we're chilling and we're hanging out, like, I'm sorry, it makes me happy. Like, it's just I absolutely love it. Like, it's just like, oh man, there are other people like me. Like there's other people in the world like me that are just chilling, and it's just like, especially like in work and all that stuff. Sometimes just, you don't feel the normalness of life. But anyways, I really do. If you ever see me say, I appreciate you guys hanging out and blah, blah, blah. You see a post or whatever. And I actually talk about, I actually mean it. I don't take it for granted. You guys have hung out for an incredible amount of time. You hang out consistently. And I don't care. I don't give a flip. Like, I was talking to someone the other day and they were streaming and they were like, I don't care if I have this many followers, whatever. Like, all I care about is having a handful of normal people that just want to hang out and like do the kind of same stuff together and chat and all that stuff, you know? You're not, you also can't like talk to 1 million people if you have 1 million followers. I mean, you can talk to a handful of guys that pop in and out and want to hang out on a Friday afternoon. Bunch of weirdos. We're a bunch of weird. We're not weirdos. It's a little later where you guys are at. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So like my theory about. So I was listening to someone the other day and they were talking about live streaming thoughts and techniques and ideas and whatever and all this stuff. And they were like, so like, cause YouTube's implemented several things that are like anti-bots, anti-AI, like slop. Like, if you want to use AI to help make better thumbnails and stuff and whatever, I don't care. But like people that are doing like the full on like AI generated slop content and like stuff, they're cracking down on all that stuff. Which is like, it's sort of the unhuman things that their thought was that the trajectory that like YouTube and a lot of these places are going to take are like more personal, more genuine, more whatever. So like stop acting. And like when you talk to the camera, you talk to real people. Like, you're not talking to fake people. You have to, I have to have an image in my head of what I think that a person is like, because I don't know you. I don't know what you look like. I don't know what you sound like. I don't know what your interests or hobbies are really. I have an rough idea. So like Stevie does a lot of manufacturing stuff, not manufacturing. You do like 3D printing and you do some creative stuff. You make your goofy videos with like natural sounds, which I don't know. Are you doing that with a field recorder or, and then, the morning woke up dead, you're interested in scents and stuff. And, so I kind of have to imagine, but there's real people in the world and all this crazy technology, it connects the real guys, like everybody else is doing their thing and their flashy stuff and whatever, but like it's connecting like the real, there's like the real people here, like that this, we can use these as tools to help make us better and find people in the world to, that are our people, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, buddy. Anyways, I'm gonna figure out how to do a dual stream because I don't think this vertical's working. But we're gonna sort it out, and I've got the audio right, so the audio's good. So got the audio sorted, video's good. I got to sort out the vertical because the verticals is pretty key. Oh, do it, man. That's the thing. Like I was listening to a guy I found a couple of people that are kind of inspirational on uploading and this, that, and the other. And they were like, if you think your stuff's cringe, if you think your stuff's dumb, if you think people aren't gonna be interested, if you think you're gonna be haters, whatever, it doesn't matter because if you get to the end of your life and you made a couple of dumb videos that no one liked, what does it matter? You're not going to be like sitting there regretting like, I regretted making some dumb videos. And it's like, well, you're probably not going to, unless you say something stupid and makes you lose your job, but ultimately you're probably not going to. Yes, I've gone through periods, so I'll tell you my trajectory, all right, on uploading. Just actually, give me 1 second. So I've done a shot. I've talked about this. I do, my life is like a shotgun approach. So like, I have a good job. I have creative things that I'm interested in. Because I went to art school. I've been a musician most of my life. Yeah, and it's some of those things where like if you upload once, you're gonna be like, and you just kind of got to figure out what works. So like, I made a post yesterday, about how I'm gonna focus on what works. Live streaming works on YouTube, especially. Live streaming works on TikTok. It's a little different, but I found something that it works, like a cycle that works. Instagram, I don't know what's going on with Instagram, but I'm trying to focus and figure out what works. But like, when you get that first, like I had a live stream I did the other night. I had like, YouTube pushed it out like crazy, and it had like 3,000 views on it, and I got 64 followers from it, and it was like, oh, there's something here. Like once you do a little something, you see it work, and you do enough stuff to see it work and not work. It's like a snowball. Some falls off along the way, but eventually gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, that's the thing. With the face thing, I never intended to ever show my face on anything, and that's a self-image thing. That's like a whole like me being, I don't know, psychologically obtuse. I never wanted to, and then I realized like, nope, like that's not a thing. Like I can be me. Like I like myself. I am me. Like I will go and look at myself every day in the mirror. Like I go to work and I see all the people there. Like there's like, why not? Why not? Doesn't make any sense. I'm me, and I'm in my house, and I have my stuff, and I'm comfortable with me. So like, I can hang out, I can show my face, I can talk and whatever. Anybody at work that I work with could tune into here, and they could see me talking, and they could hear the things that I say, and like whatever, and no one's gonna care. Like they're gonna be like, oh cool, Blaine, Blaine, my name's Blaine. I have a live stream, great. They're not gonna give a rip. Like it's like, okay, so why am I not being me? I'm like, but that's just me. Not everyone's in the same situation. But my trajectory for like shotgun approach to everything. So I used to do Instagram a lot. And I used to sell on Facebook, make a Facebook marketplace a lot. And I had eBay, and then I had a couple of things going off that. I did art stuff a lot. So I did a lot of drawings, paintings and stuff that I'd post. Which I'll show you. So like Stevie's seen this stuff. But I do like, so like these are all, like I make stuff. So like these are all like prints and stuff that I make. Like, these are prints, and these are like little sculptural things that I make. I got all sorts of hobbies and whatnot. So I used to do a lot of that stuff and post it and whatever. And the art stuff on Instagram and everything is just not my speed. So that didn't work. So what I did is I did an X account. So I did a political cartoon. So for like a year and a half, I did a political cartoon like almost every day. And it was called Beavers Read News. And you can't find it. I deleted it all. So I have all the files. So I have all the comics. But it was just beavers and different characters reading the news. And it was jokes. So I wrote jokes every day, and I practiced writing every single day. And that grew my writing skills, my ability to articulate things, read stuff, process information. It increased all of that exponentially. It didn't work, like at the end of the day, I didn't have that many followers and whatever. And then I did a podcast. So last year I did a podcast called Deckard's Dream. So Deckard's Dream, you don't know if you know what that is. It's a synth made by Black Corporation? You have an angry face. People have feared you. I'm sure no one's feared me. I'm like underweight, 6'4", scrawny dude. No one's ever, I don't know if anyone's ever feared me. But I did a podcast for a year. But I developed a million. Yeah, no. I've done 20 different kinds of things. And so like I found what I'm good at, along the way. So I can draw and procreate really, really well. I learned to run Illustrator really well. Those are skills that I picked up along the way doing what I was doing. I'd have a thread list you can, on here, and you can see some of the design stuff I've done. I can do design stuff pretty well. I can do digital drawings pretty well. I can do video editing now. I use DaVinci Resolve. It's free. And then I do, I have a little handy recorder, Zoom H6. It's nothing's complicated. I'm not super fancy. I'm not, whatever, but like, I got to do something. I got a job. I have income. I don't need to do this. But I'm going to throw shit at the wall until something sticks, because I do creative stuff. Whatever. It's like, why not? Why not? But yeah, I do want, could you imagine a world in which they re-release the Yamaha CS80? I wonder how much it would cost today. What does a CS80 cost anyway? Because that's what Deckard's Dream, the synth, is based off of. Oh wow, that's not crazy. Okay, so Yamaha CS80 at Alto Music that's a CS50. Okay. But there's a CS50 at Alto Music pre-owned, $7,000. Let me see. Let me open up we'll look at this. I don't know. I'm not going to do this. Yeah, $7,000 for a CS80. See, is there one on Reverb? I don't have a VST CS80. No, I try to do almost nothing software. Everything I do is I have hardware. I have keyboard back here, synth stuff over here. I got analog keys. I got a drum machine. I don't have a VST CS80. I don't like I've never liked software stuff. I don't like digital. Like, I like this. This is the Osmos. I like it. It sounds good. But a lot of digital stuff, my ears I don't like it. Okay, let's see. Let's go to CS80. Let's see if there's any sold. Filters, CS80. All right, so there are chips, there's buttons, there's a Deckard's Dream. There's a Yamaha CS80 that was in Japan that sold and used fair condition for $50,000. Okay, there's one here, 1980 Yamaha CS80, $60,000. Yo, yeah, no, I've thought about. Have you seen the new Arturia synth that they came out with? That's like has like all the best like presets on it. What's it called? We can do this. We can do this. We're gonna screen share. New window. Arturia. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, I mean, just doesn't that? I mean, talking about I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. I may have to own the software version of it at some point because it is an icon. But the thing is the hardware, because I want that ribbon. That's the thing. I want the ribbon that I can like glide the pitch down and up and do all that stuff with. That's sort of the. Do you have it? Do you have a software synth version of it? Yeah, so I like hardware. That's the thing. I like not per function. That's the weird. That's like one of my things is like not per function really, really helps me. That's why I like my analog keys, which is an Electron thing, but I don't like menu diving. I don't like the sub menus and sub menus. I just I don't know, something about it just doesn't jive with the way my brain works. I like the immediacy of like pull in, plug out, pull in, plug out. It's like all right here, and then like there's a reason why I don't use some of the modules as much, is because there's a depth to them that like it's not accessible on the face, and so they get useless. But yeah, that looks. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous, bro? I mean, like it's just gorgeous. I want to get the one that what's his name? Do you have Zebra? Is that the one Hans Zimmer uses? He uses like Zebra, right? Yeah, Zebra 2. I don't know. I've thought about getting that and then getting a sound set, because like some things I won't do a lot of menu diving on if it has a good sound set. I don't like menu diving. So. Anyways, counted 20 hardware synths. Hardware, yeah. So I mean, I have a couple of Electron things. I got the Rhythm and I have the Digitact. And I have like analog keys. Those are all just great self-contained instruments that are fun to just turn on and play themselves, not have to integrate with anything. That's why I like those so much. And then I have a Waldorf. What's the one? The white one? Oh, Blofeld, Waldorf Blofeld. Then I have a Polyan synth. I like things that are nice, self-contained instruments that are enjoyable to play. See, that's the difference. I probably got about half my equipment I don't use very much, which is whatever. I only have so much time in the day, but I have it when I want to use it. But this guy. bro. I don't know if I'm ever gonna unplug that thing. It is absolutely good. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get off here. My brain's getting ready to move on. But you guys hanging out, I mean, this is the best part. I mean, this is the best part of my day. Hanging out, chatting. I like the I do like the I'll do reaction videos from time to time, Stevie. I promise. Because it's actually kind of fun. Because like I can do them in a I can do them in a cool way, a fun way. Video capture, blah blah blah. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all are good. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a good weekend. I absolutely enjoy just chilling with you guys. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out and all you contribute. Not contribute. You're just real people. Real people. I mean, anyways. Yeah. Hope you have a good weekend. And I will probably stream again I'll probably stream again tonight if I get stuff sorted out with this whole thing. So I'll figure it out and see you soon. Okay, cool. Well, I will you want to be a mod too? Oh, you can be a mod. You seem normal. So anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. See ya.